pew, 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 pew. Cross pew, pew, pew.
Cross pew, double pews. What's happening, guys? It is Gravy Day, and we're on Past the Gravy episode number 429. Alex, Pat, and Bobby Jokes back again. And for the first time in, I think, 3 months, Pat and I don't have to record a Big Brother podcast after this. So, Robert, it might be a long one.
The other ones have been long ones.
Well, this is going to be right up there with
That's what she said. That's what she said too.
That is. She did say that. She could say that at least, theoretically. But how have you guys been? How are things going?
Hey, guys, you know how like my recurring thing has been that I'm dumb and I don't get any sleep the night before this? Not this time.
You did it.
I did.
Hey, congrats, buddy.
I didn't stay up till 5 a.m. I went to bed at midnight. It was awesome.
There you
I
go.
got a full night's sleep.
What time did you get up then?
I just woke up at 8:30. So I probably fell asleep closer to 12:30.
You solid like 8 hours of sleep almost. That's awesome.
Full night. Yeah, I feel great. Call me Tony the Tiger. 'Cause I'm great.
You're like, I got a full night's sleep. I feel great. And then right before we hit record, big yawn.
Well, that's what I do. Like for years, I would like in between the morning and dinner shifts. So I guess we're just jumping right into this shit today. I would come home and I would take a nap. Now I don't even come home anymore. I just stay at work all day. So like anytime I'm at work and my body comes home, naturally it's like, oh, we're nap time. We're doing nap time, right? So like that's why I'm always yawning throughout this fucking podcast. Because if I'm not at work all day, my body just like, oh, let's just shut it the fuck down.
It's over with.
Unless I start drinking liquor right away, and I don't want to start the podcast out with because if I'm drinking liquor for 3 hours, it's a little different than beer. Y'all have seen it in the past. It's been a while.
It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
He was in the last Big Brother podcast we did last week. I think he had been drinking some whiskey. And Pat was very violent on the podcast.
Well, Emma pissed me off.
He was very combative.
Alex, you kept telling me like, I think you guys are arguing the same thing. And I was like,
They
I
were
don't think
arguing
so.
the same thing.
But like my brain couldn't process whether or not we were.
She would make a point and he would make that same point, but like he was fighting with her. And it's like, no, you agreed with her.
Because in my head, I thought she was actually saying something different than what I was saying and disagreeing with me because she wasn't using the exact same words as me.
Right.
So my brain couldn't.
Yeah, it was
fun.
A little bit.
And I was just also, it was exciting because Big Brother's over and the season sucked. So like I had a lot of adrenaline pumping through my veins.
Right.
Well, blame it on the adrenaline, not the whiskey.
And a little bit of both, I would say though.
50-50.
I'll hold them both responsible to an extent. But let's get like the Precome segment. Did anybody have anything they want to just start off with? I mean, that was kind of.
I'll just keep rolling here. So last week, how I had the story about the really dumb server. I texted Alex on Thursday. I go, I already have next week's story.
Yeah, like almost immediately.
It took not even 24 hours. That being said, guys, this will be the last one about her because she did get fired finally. But this is what she did this week is we've got these large, it's not a pitcher, but it's like a big jug that'll just hold water that we can refill. And it's got like a spigot on it. So like you can just open it up, refill either a glass or their water pitcher really quickly. And she was filling it up that Thursday morning and didn't realize the spigot was open. So she was just pouring wet water into it and it was pouring straight back out onto the ground.
So, I can't fill this up.
And she didn't understand why the ground was getting wet.
Is there a leak?
So, yeah.
So she flooded the entire restaurant and we had to fire her, is what you're trying to say.
No, she didn't get fired until Sunday when she fucked up like 6 more times on one shift. But
did you fire her?
No. My GM fired her.
Have you ever got to fire anybody? Or had to fire anybody?
No, like I don't know. I think I'd enjoy it, but also I hate confrontation. But also I would love to do it like Ari Gold from Entourage and just do that crow hop with get the fuck out.
Like Jonah Hill on Wolf of Wall Street, where he like, is that a fucking fish? You cleaning a fucking fish tank? You brought your fucking pet to work, and then he like
on initial
eats
IP
the
day?
goldfish, and he's like, take your fucking fishbowl and get the fuck out of my office.
No, I would just be like, yeah, you're fired. And they'd be like, why? I'd be like, why? Because you're not good at this. You suck at this.
That's just like one of those things where it's like, there's no way ever that it's cool to fire somebody. It's just got to be like such a burden. Like, hey, we got to get rid of this guy. Even if you like somebody or you don't like somebody, like, it's still like, I still have to tell this person, like, you're out of a job now. Unless it's like high school. Like in high school, I wouldn't give a shit if it was like a kid with a high school job. Like an actual high school kid. Be like, dude, you didn't fucking show up.
Yeah, you're out of a job. Sorry, you've had 3 months. You probably should have tried to improve at all in any aspect of it.
Because I got fired from high school jobs, and it was just like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, you're in high school.
This isn't really. I'm not gonna add like pizza delivery to like my resume. Exactly. Not that there's anything wrong with that being like a profession. Just I was like, I'm not going pro doing this. I can find other references.
Yeah, so that's what I don't think the segment is going to die. Not even segment, but I don't think dumb stories of my servers is going to die. Like I'll still have them from time to time. They just won't be on the level.
And I saw a treat when we do get them.
I don't think anybody else is going to lock themselves in a van. Let's put it that way. Like the level of it is going to come down, but everyone still works with stupid people. And you guys are too nice to talk about yours, so I'll talk about mine.
Okay. Robert's stupid person is me usually.
Yeah, but he's too nice to say it.
Actually, not me, my friend Dante. He's kind of a handful. I get that. Robert, who's your least favorite person to work with at the radio station? We'll bleep it out.
I don't have one, actually. I don't really work with a lot of people.
Okay, sure.
I told you he was too nice to say it was you.
I could read his eyes when he said that. So yeah.
He's winking super hard.
It's like you're winking at the microphone too. If you're watching the video.
Like microphone. You know, that probably means
like,
it's
you know,
me.
Mike.
Because the microphone is the only one that works with both of us.
Little subtle dig.
Robert, did you have anything for the Precome segment?
Oh, I went to a movie theater for the first time since March 2020. I went to go see Shang-Chi.
You felt out of place? Did you feel weird?
It did feel a little weird. Like I had my mask on throughout the entire movie. So like there's still, elements of like, it's not, 2019 in a movie theater.
Did you eat popcorn?
No, I don't like eating in movie theaters. That's why I never go to like a studio movie grill or what's the other one? Alamo Draft House.
I don't like those either. I don't want people I don't need servers walking in front of me, taking me. Like if somebody gets up to take a piss during the movie, so be it. It's part of it. If servers are walking back and forth, I'm not focusing on Iron Man taking down the bad guy. So there we go.
That's true. And I think one of them may even had like, I've been to one where they had like a little like lamp, not like it was like one of those like comedy lamps, like that they'd have at a comedy club where it's a tiny little one, but it was like, yeah, but that's on and it's distracting me when I see somebody turn their light on. And it's like,
yeah, it's a dark movie theater.
It's like cell phones. Yeah. Like somebody pulls their phone out. You're like, what are they looking at? I'm dumb. And my brain just goes to whatever the bright flashy light is. And if it's near me, then I'm going to stare at it. But yeah, that's weird. I almost I wanted to go to the movie theater to see Many Saints in Newark, but Emma had to work on Friday and ended up, and by the time she got back, I was like, well, do you want to just watch it on HBO? And so we did. I'm going to go see it in the theaters before it's done, but I want to like experience it in a theater. Quickly, Pat, how many ladles of gravy out of 4 would you give Many Saints of Newark?
Out of 4?
Yeah, 4. Is it 5? It's 5 ladles.
You don't really do 5. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
no, I want to be weird with 4.
I mean,
the 3 is really good.
I think I'll give it a solid like 6.5. I don't think it was an amazing movie, but if you're a fan of Sopranos and you're not a fucking snob, you're gonna like it. It's a good movie. It's nothing amazing, but I think it's a solid movie that continues the story.
Okay, so out of 5 ladles of gravy, how many would you give it then instead of 6.5?
Oh, I said sorry, I meant 3.5. I was trying to do percentages in my head also. I was like, well, if I do 3, that's only 60%. And I fucked my head up because it's above 60%. I put it near like, I think 3.5 is good.
I would give it 3.5 ladles as well.
Yeah.
I thought there were some things. I thought they didn't have a lot. Like, it was a movie, so obviously you're not going to be able to bring in the plot points like you want to, where we're used to in Sopranos. Where it's like they did that over 6 episodes, so 6 hours they were able to close this plot. And in a 2-hour movie, you only have so much time. I do hope maybe there's another one. I thought they kind of left the door open for that possibly, and I would be very down for that because I was telling you guys beforehand where I was like the Leo DiCaprio meme where I'm just like, ooh, that's so and so. Oh, that's Jackie Prelay. Oh, cool. It's Carmela. Oh, that's Carmela. Like, just you get excited every time you see somebody that you're like, oh, that's the older, that's the younger version of you. Like that's just Christopher. Christopher's right there. And it also just made me like I've wanted to talk Italian ever since then. Just anytime anything happens, that's awesome. And the gaguzze. Fangu.
I like the way that they wrapped up the not plot holes, but storylines that you had always heard about in The Sopranos, but they never specifically talked about. The way they wrapped those up in this movie, I really liked it. I think they did a good job of that.
Yeah. So 3.5 ladles of gravy if you watch The Sopranos and have not seen Many Saints of Newark. We don't need to talk about it anymore. But all right, I'll go with some stuff I have for our Precome segment today. I want to start maybe where you were going to do server stories. I wanted to kind of start doing something like which is older? And let's start that segment off this week by which is older, sharks or trees?
Trees.
How do we know?
Sharks.
I'm going to say sharks.
I bet you there was trees on this planet before there were sharks.
Sharks didn't need trees, though. Like, sharks could have existed pre-trees. You don't need air if you're a shark. They got water. I think water was there first. You have to have water to grow a tree.
There was definitely land, but also I'm saying before whatever evolved into sharks, I bet you there was some form of tree before the fucking microbes evolved into some sort of squishy, fishy animal. And then from there evolved all the way up to a shark. I bet you there was trees before that.
I think sharks were there first.
I'm shocked Bobby's taking the shark stance here. He's a man of science and rational thought.
Well, that makes me wonder why did you go sharks over trees?
The short answer is I Googled it beforehand. I was wondering what is older? So I Googled it. Are sharks older than trees? And it said, yeah, sharks are older than trees.
In what way?
So I would say, good. My logic was solid right there because you have to have water to make trees. Sharks can live in water first, then the water can be used to help trees grow. So sharks were already there. How old are sharks?
The earliest species that we could now classify as a quote unquote tree, the now extinct Archaeopteryx, lived around 350 million years ago. And sharks that we could classify as sharks have been around 400 million years. So I guess until 350 million years ago, all we had was bushes. Never a tree. Like no tree ever grew over 6 feet tall.
But then how did bushes grow?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That blows my fucking mind.
But water does.
But hey, science says it. So until science changes its mind or has new science, then I guess you guys are right. -1 for me.
So if you'd like to apologize to us, you may.
I would not. I logically thought through it, but my understanding of the science was lacking. My science it wasn't necessarily wrong. It's just
sometimes doing your own research isn't the best.
No,
idea,
hey, more science has since come out. I was right until I read this.
Science came out.
Yeah, more science came out that corrected my theory is what it was. So I wasn't wrong. It's just we have since learned more.
Well, hey guys, if you're not careful, you just might learn something on this podcast.
And that's how you learn to never apologize also.
Well, we're going to learn all about apologies today on this podcast. All right, guys, don't worry. We're going to talk about apologies coming up here. But okay, so that was one thing I brought in. Then also I realized that it is way cooler to know magic tricks if you are not a magician or practicing to be a magician. Because just like if Robert was like, watch this, and you could do like the like fire in your hand out of nowhere, I'd be like, that's nuts. But like, if like David Blaine did it, I'd be like, yeah, fucking, you better be sick. Like Robert could pull a quarter from my ear, and I think that was incredible. But
I had to disagree with you on this one.
If an actual magician did it though, like I expect it to blow my mind. And if it doesn't, like the most basic card tricks, I could think Pat is crazy for doing, you know?
No, if you know a magic trick, but you're not going after to be a magician, you're just like the college kid who has a guitar with him everywhere he goes. You're not
that you're doing it everywhere, but like if we were talking about magic tricks, like if we were doing this in person and you were like, you know what, Alex? I think I just found a silver dollar behind you. I'd be like, what, Robert? What are you doing? You know, like I would be more amazed at that. Like not if you were just like, hey guys, check this out. I can pull quarter. If you were pulling quarters out of everybody's ear, yeah, you'd be the guy with the guitar everywhere you go in school. But like, I also feel like there's people that know how to play guitar that aren't trying to go into bands and stuff. Like they just want to learn how to play guitar. And if you do it that way, like that's kind of what that is. It's just like, I know one trick and that's cool to use at like parties. Like that blows my mind more than if David Blaine did something.
So I somewhat agree with both of you, but I'm more so at Bobby because like, yes, Alex, for me and you, I feel like we like magic. we'd be like, dude, that's dope. Most people are like, dude, magic is stupid. Like if I want to go see magic, I'll go see a magician. If you're the guy that just like, you're in the middle of the bar and you're like, oh, did you see that over there? And you start magic. Like that's the biggest stereotype is, would you use magic in a bar to pick up a chick? And chicks are like, no, that's fucking stupid. Most people don't like magic. Me and you are the exception, but I think most people are like, no, dude, that's tacky. Like, why would you know magic if you're not a magician? Like, because you thought it would help you pick up chicks. And most chicks would be like, yeah, don't fucking take a quarter out of my ear. You just touched my ear. That's creepy as shit.
I guess though, the way I was thinking about it was just like, if I found out that you could do magic, that was just a thing you did, not like you were showing it off all the time. But if you just did like, you turned a wand into like a dove out of nowhere, I would think that was way more cool than anything David Blaine would do, because I would expect him to do something.
But the only point of doing stuff like that is to try and impress other people. And if you just pull out, then you got to be like,
that just is like an alpha move. Like, yeah, I know magic. I'm not going to do it all the time because I'm not going to be weird about it. But like, if you need me to, I got you.
The thing is, people always like, you'd have to be like, do you want to see a magic trick? And everyone would be like, fucking no. But then also, if you're the guy that just pulls out a magic trick without people asking, they'd be like, fuck you, Ricky. Like, what are you doing?
If you do it once, though, I think it's cool. It's got to be the right setting.
What's the point of knowing magic if you learn magic because you want to show it off to people? But the problem is nobody wants to see fucking magic unless it's me and you. I'm down to see a magic trick whenever. I don't give a shit. Magic is awesome. Most people are cynical dicks about this shit.
I'd like to think that like knowing magic is kind of like owning a gun. All right. You don't need to use it all the time, but when you do use it, it's important. Like, oh, well, I can do this cool trick here. I can pull a quarter from behind you here. Like, it's a cool flex in the right circumstance. Not that having a gun is a flex, but like you need it sometimes where it's like, I don't have anything else. I got magic done.
But also most people that own a gun are going to tell you they own a gun at some point or another.
True. But
just
sometimes
like
there's people that just have like
magic.
concealed handguns and they don't talk about it. And those are the people that you're like, that guy saved the day.
Oh,
not the guy that's like, that's right, buddy. I got this. And everybody's going to know about it.
They'll conceal it, but also in casual conversation, eventually you're going to start talking about guns. And they're like, oh, well, I got this and I got a rifle. I got 14 shotguns at home and government only knows about 7 of them, but I got 14. Same thing with magic. If you know magic, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, man, I saw these crazy birds today. Oh, did you see a dove? And they'd be like, no, I didn't fucking ask.
I have a hard time believing if you made a dove appear while we were talking about doves, that I'm not going to think that's pretty sweet. And no matter who it is, I think they're going to kind of think that's cool. Now, if like everything was that, if your whole personality was unveiling your magic tricks, that's weird.
I'm just saying, it is what it is. Most people aren't as interested in this as we are. Like if you just pulled out a magic trick in front of Robert, do you think his face would change any from what it is right now?
I don't think anything I could do would ever make Robert's face like change unless I was like podcast over.
Like the best you could hope for if you did magic in front of Robert is he would go,
or that fake that That fake laugh.
Be like, interesting. And then just like turn around.
Yeah, he would just mute himself and walk off. Just walk off camera.
It had to be a really good trick.
Actually, the best would be is if Robert just looked you dead in the eyes and said, no, and turned around and walked away. I'm opting out of this interaction.
What if I could do that quarter thing or that coin thing where there's like the coin and I have the cloth and then it's just gone and you're like, where'd that go? Like, that'd be kind of cool.
Close-up magic is kind of the techiest form of magic.
But that's like the simple kind that, like the common man would know. I'm not trying to cut people in half.
Well,
That's a
that's the
hardo trick. That's a hardo trick where if I was like, watch, I can cut somebody in half. You're like, dude, that sounds obnoxious. And like, I don't want to risk that you actually cut my friend in half. No, I'm not doing that.
I'll risk any of my friends on that.
But most people won't because they're not bad friends.
I am what I am.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you are, but you're not most people. Okay, well, I'm overruled on that. I just think that like it's cool to just like know it if you're not a pro. Like that's cool to just have in your back pocket, not as like something that defines you.
Learn a card trick. Don't learn magic.
Like if I found out like Robert could go, like he knew how to sail, like he was a big sailor, like and just knew how to do that stuff. That's cool. But if Robert was just like talking about being a sailor all the time, like I'd be like, okay, like I can sail. I sometimes go out to the beach and just sail. Like that would be weird. Or like martial arts, like this guy Chad that I work with. I didn't know he was a big like martial arts dude. I did talk UFC with him, but like I talk UFC with Pat, and Pat doesn't train. But like Chad has like Krav Maga and jujitsu, and he's like an expert at this. And we had a UFC fighter come on the morning show one time, and he was like, "Oh, what's up, Chad?" And they were talking. I was like, "Do you know him?" And he was like, "Yeah, I used to do Krav Maga or whatever class it was with him." And I was like, "That guy's like in the UFC. You trained with him? That's crazy." I was like, "That's a badass. Like that guy could kick everybody's ass in the building almost, but
except for
just didn't talk about it." No, I'm saying Chad. Like Chad could kick everybody's ass every day if he wanted to, but he doesn't. Well, yeah, because Robert doesn't tell us that he knows Krav Maga too.
No, Robert just has 14 shotguns.
He's a big Second Amendment guy.
15th on the way.
If you ask Robert what his favorite amendment is, it would be the Second Amendment.
I mean, yeah. Freedom of speech is all good and everything, but Robert just wants to blow shit up. Shall not be infringed. My favorite
amendment would be either.
Robert has a full back
quarter in troops
shall not be infringed.
He's got a come and take it flag. And it's the pass the gravy one.
Yeah.
Or don't tread on me flag. We need to make a pass the gravy, don't tread on me flag. Or don't just tread on my gravy.
Tread lightly. You can tread a little. We won't put up a fight for a little, but tread lightly.
I had some other things, some observations I made. Getting lice kind of goes away when you're out of school, like that. Like you never hear about like offices getting lice. Do lice just live in schools?
No, I think it's more so that just kids are filthy little fucking animals.
I guess it is, but you like because you think that any place where there are people that like would be in close proximity, that would be where lice would be. But like, there's always this stinky person at work.
Yeah, like most kids are stinky though. Like they're all dirty little disease carrying fuckers. Like what parents are always slightly sick. It's because they have kids. Kids they interact with other dirty little sick kids all day, every day. They're rolling around in the dirt. They're outside when it's raining. Yeah, it's just fucking
rocks at each other.
Yeah, and sharing each other's lice. Like adults shower regularly. Kids like shower when their parents fucking make them shower or take a bath.
That's
whatever
a good point.
It's just what it is. Kids are dirty.
You'd think though, like maybe every now and then, like there would be like the Meredith Palmer. And actually, that was The Office was kind of what got me to think about that, where like that was a storyline, and then she had to shave her head, but it wasn't her with the lice. And I was like, that doesn't ever happen. You've never heard of like, oh, there was an outbreak of lice. Like that'd be funny, like if Like not wishing ill will on people, but like if somebody like got lice, like a baseball team had lice, that'd be funny if they had all like shaved their heads. The Toronto Blue Jays all got lice. It'd be a funny story on ESPN for a while. Everybody'd make fun of it, and then
they
we
had
just
to
move
burn
on.
all their hats.
But lice, you never hear about lice these days
because we don't have kids.
We don't have kids in school. The other thing I thought about was I saw somebody had posted something that they were asking who the greatest songwriter of all time was, and people were like, "Oh, Bob Dylan, Paul McCartney." And I think it's the guy that wrote Happy Birthday because everybody knows that song. And like, if you're the greatest songwriter of all time, wouldn't you think like the world universally knowing the song you wrote, that makes you the best?
No, it doesn't make you the best. You just wrote one that's going to live forever. It doesn't make it the best song.
It's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, but it's the best song.
Technically, whoever wrote Mr. Brightside, wouldn't that be the best song because it spent more time than any other song ever on like the top 100 charts or something?
No, that's actually Old Town Road now. So Lil Nas X, then maybe that's the best songwriter of all time.
I don't think it's past it yet.
Walked right into that one.
I don't think it's past it yet.
It's the longest #1 Billboard charting.
No, not number one. Just the longest on the charts of all time was Mr. Brightside.
I just think that like everybody knows some version of Happy Birthday on the planet.
I'm going to say the greatest songwriter of all time is the guy from Toto because he wrote Africa, and that song's fucking perfect.
But not everybody knows that song.
Yeah, most people are stupid.
Right, but that doesn't see what I'm saying is like that doesn't make it. That doesn't fix that.
Just because people don't know it doesn't mean it's not a great song. I'd venture that most people in Africa don't know the music of the Beatles. That doesn't make John Lennon or Paul McCartney any less of a great fucking writer.
But it makes the guy that wrote Happy Birthday even more of a great songwriter because they don't even like that kind of stuff, but they like the Happy Birthday song because they know it because they sing it.
Because you don't even know his name.
And also,
he's anonymous. He's not about him, or her.
The Happy Birthday song.
It's about the song. It's about the music, and that's even more pure.
Bro, the Happy Birthday song in Spanish and French and all that shit is probably completely fucking different.
I don't think it's that different.
I guarantee you it's not the same fucking tune.
Oh, it is? Have you ever been to a Mexican restaurant, bro?
You think it's the same in Vietnam? You think it's the same in Zimbabwe and Finland all over? You think it's the exact...
Again, you ever been to Benihana?
You think it's the fucking same in every country?
I have been to Mexican restaurants and Benihana, which I can't remember if it's Japanese or Chinese. I think it's Japanese. And I've even been to pizza places. That's Italian. And they've all sang Happy Birthday in their own little way, but it's all the same cadence. And I would say that kind of speaks for itself.
So the Happy Birthday song didn't even start off as the Happy Birthday song. It started as Good Morning to All. It was a school teacher's greeting song.
Well, that song probably sucked, so they changed it to Happy Birthday. They wrote those words and made it better.
This is one of those times when Alex just can't accept that this idea that he came up with actually has no bearing and got flushed out very easily as being incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Das ist Happy Birthday. You think that's how it is in German?
Yeah.
It is your birthday because today you were born. Now go make some cars, get engineering degree. We are the Germans.
I don't know if we're going to have to cut that part, I think.
Something, Germany. There we go.
Just like that.
You think that's how it goes?
Like that. I mean, obviously some of the other best songwriters of all time besides the Killers would be Neil Diamond.
Of course, Neil fucking Diamond.
So, like, not as many people know Sweet Caroline as they do a Happy Birthday song, but a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, that's good songwriter.
Coming to America. Well, I think it's just called America, but fucking Cherry Cherry. Neil's got all the hits.
Final Countdown. Final Countdown, I feel like.
Oh, by
a lot of people know that.
Yeah, I tried to get that to be our senior song, and it didn't really work out.
I do. I voted for it. I do remember.
Thank you.
I don't even know the one that won. I just remember, like, I've told people that was our senior song forever because I didn't know who won.
Me and Danny were pushing. I'm going to name drop people that nobody knows.
Another person that no one knows. That's great.
We were pushing between that and the Dawson's Creek theme song, which both made it on the list. But yeah, neither one. Some country song. Well, I didn't even know the country song, and that's all I listened to back then. So shows how fucking good that shit was.
I believe it was Boot Scoot Boogie.
Also, I left. That's not what it was. But also, I left prom before they announced it, and I just never checked again after that.
At that point, we were done, so we didn't care.
Yep.
So, all right, concluding that Happy Birthday Songwriter, not the best songwriter of all time.
Maybe Tom Petty.
We'll agree to disagree on that one then. The last thing I really had was I heard somebody talking about going to the orchestra, and like the orchestra is cool when you see like that everybody gets dressed up for it. It looks fancy, but an orchestra is really like saying I went to the orchestra or just be like, hey, dude, I went to the orchestra is just a fancy way of saying I saw a cover band like in a suit.
I think it would be a tribute band because aren't tribute bands, aren't they the ones that are very strict about playing it exactly the same way?
I thought a tribute band is a band that only plays the music of like the same band. Like if you were in a Queen tribute band, all of your covers were of Queen. A cover band can do John Bon Jovi. You can do the like anything. You can do the Beatles. You could do all kinds of covers. A tribute band, I thought, was more so like you dress up like the characters and all of that, right?
You're right. 100%.
And while I know that people have been like, yo, we went to Jurassic Park at like Jurassic Park night at the orchestra, which is like a tribute band version of the orchestra at that point. I think they do covers because they play a bunch of stuff.
Well, that's basically a cover album band.
Cover album. They are kind of
an album cover band.
Because they're like, we're gonna do like pop hits from the 80s tonight. And it's like it's sick, I bet. I'm not trying to take away anything from the orchestra, but like it's just like a way of like with your pinky up saying you went and saw a cover band.
Mm-hmm.
And like got dressed up to do it.
I got dressed up super nice to see a band and didn't get shit faced. Like, well, was the band not good?
Well, I bet you could get shit faced though.
Yeah, but like, I mean, when you go see a concert, you want to fucking go have a few drinks, cut loose, get wild. You're like, no, I want to see this band, but I also do not like to dance because it is inefficient. So basically, it's like listening to music as a German.
All right, this is the second German reference you've made. I don't really get.
I don't really get it either, but this is just how my brain works. Right. Germans are engineers and they're efficient and they don't smile or laugh at anything, or apparently dance. I don't know where the dance came from, but it seems to track.
Du hast.
Yeah, they weren't really dancing so much to that song as just beating the shit out of each other. And yeah.
All right, well, we're talking Germany today, boys. All right. That's really all I had. What'd you have, Pat? Anything else?
No, just the stupid server, and pretty much all I had for that.
All right. Well, that was our Precome segment. And just like that, only 30 minutes this time, Bobby. How about that? We're just moving right through this bad boy.
Fucking rolling.
This might be an hour and a half podcast.
It's gotten so bad that you guys think 30 minutes is rolling right through it.
It's one segment, dude. One segment. Excuse us for having fun. You know,
remember when this was Where You Been and we just said what we did over the weekend and then got into the episode?
Blame COVID for that shit. We didn't get to do Where You Been for like a year.
Blame China.
Do we just go back to it? I don't know.
I don't know.
What happens when I have all these ideas?
No, this is better because, like, I don't know. My life has changed. I don't go anywhere or do anything anymore. I really did before, but
I do think this is better than Where You Been.
Because it's like nobody cared. Like it's like at a certain point, it was like nobody gave a shit that I went grocery shopping on Sunday. Like sometimes you didn't have anything, and you'd be like, "Well, I just kind of hung out and
I hung out, played video games. That's what mine was.
And then
every
we'd talk
week.
about video games. We'd go off on a tangent about video games for 15 minutes, and everybody that didn't play Xbox was just like, I don't care.
You know, watch some football, watch some TV. It was pretty good.
Yeah. See, so I don't know. Maybe I could work on shortening up some stuff, but I've got to carry this segment a lot of the ways. A lot of ways I carry that segment.
Well, I mean, we always bring a little something, and then you bring 5 things. So tighten it up.
Sorry, I have a big brain. A very wrinkly brain. It's thinking of all these great ideas.
It's not wrinkly.
Hey, be curious, not judgmental. Ted Lasso taught me that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna keep being judgmental.
Maybe you should. So maybe you should change. You could turn your life around. You know what'll help you turn your life around is Bee's Knees Honey Company, because you taste some of that Bee's Knees Honey Company. You're gonna say, hey, this is the Bee's Knees. And you're going to want to go to the website, beeskneeshoneycompany.com, and try all of their different assortment of honey flavors. We personally here like the root beer honey. That is my personal favorite one. And I like to go with the honey straws because come in nice little packets. It's good to take to work if you drink tea at work. But they got organic clover honey. They have coffee blossom honey, habanero honey, mango, sour strawberry, peach, all kinds of awesome flavors of their honeys. They have like straight up comb honey that you can get from them as well. Their honey butter, the Oreo cookie honey butter, that is my personal favorite thing that you can order on that site. And I highly recommend you giving it a try. It's like ice cream, but you don't have to keep it in the freezer. I think I threw mine in the fridge just because, I want it to be a little bit chilled, but you can put it on anything you want and it's awesome, or you can just eat it out of the jar. My 2 jars that I got are gone because they kept eating it out of the jar. And go over to Bee's Knees Honey Company.com. Check out all their awesome stuff. They got dog treats, they got bath and body stuff, they got lip balm. I've been really using the beard butter. That's why I got my beard looking fresh lately, but it also has this awesome, they also like little the sandalwood smell that they got on that bad boy. It's awesome. The lip balm, I've got that with me everywhere I go. And Bee's Knees Honey Company, you can't go wrong, even with the dog shampoo and conditioner that they're coming out with soon. That's another reason to keep going back. But get you some dog treats for you and your pooch, and go tag them. Let them know you are supporting them because you heard about them on Pass the Gravy. At Bee's Knees Honey 1 on Twitter and Bee's Knees Honey Co on Instagram. That's at Bee's Knees Honey 1 and at Bee's Knees Honey Co on Instagram. Give them a follow and let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang. Bee's Knees Honey Company.com. Bee's Knees Honey Company.com, the official honey sponsor of the Comeback Kid of the Week segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the Week. The Comeback Kid of the Week. Bitch.
All right. What is our first Comeback Kid of the Week? Spooky SZN. Spooky SZN is back. We said it was coming back last week. And here it is, guys. So everybody's out in full force. We're seeing Halloween costume talk. We're seeing the warnings about candy. I see on the news like every day, healthy alternatives to candy that don't involve sugar. And it's just like, if you are that fucking house, everybody's going to hate you. I don't care how good it is at below a certain age. And I'm talking, if you're trick-or-treating age, you are below this certain age. You don't give a fuck about what is healthy or what is not healthy for you. It's like, I get like kids have allergies and stuff. You just want sugar. You want fucking sugar. And if you're the guy or gal that's handing out apples, just know that the parents aren't gonna let the kids eat it because they think that you probably put razor blades in them, so everybody's gonna be sketched out by you. And just don't. Halloween's not the night to let everybody know that hey, we're the healthy family on the block.
If you're gonna hand out apples, they better be coated in caramel or be candied apples. And then that's a lot of fucking work to make that many for the amount of kids that are coming through. So
what are candy apples?
Same thing as caramel, but instead of caramel, they just use little.
They'll use the caramel and they'll put other stuff on it too. They'll then roll it in like sweet stuff, or sometimes they'll put M&Ms on it and stuff like that.
I've seen it before too, where it's not caramel, but it's just kind of like a sugary waxy type thing where like it ends up looking the same consistency. It's just not caramel.
In my culture, we have apples that are like coated in like chamoy and tamarindo and like a little spicy stuff. Yeah. Those are pretty good.
That sounds nice.
Again, like I like I get the sweet and spicy. I just don't like that.
A lot of kids don't want spicy though.
Right.
Depending what culture the kids are from, I guess, the way Robert said it. I mean, if you had handed me something spicy when I was that age, I couldn't handle spice for shit. I'd be, dude, now I have less candy because I can't eat this because it's spicy.
Yeah, there's always the stuff you'd get, and like I'd pour it out, and you kind of separate it by like, okay, these are the Snickers bars, these are the Reese's, and then this is the shit that I'm just gonna throw out.
Just stick to the classics. Butterfingers, Snickers, Milk
you
Duds,
can get just every
Smarties.
store has the bags. Just go buy the bags of like assorted candy and just set.
Buy 2 or 3 bags. That, like each kid gets like a half handful. There you go.
If you're the dentist and you throw a toothbrush in there as well, that's cool. But it better be like with candy.
Yeah.
It's weird when people like I think there's people that are talking about it now. Where, hey, you know, we're gonna give some alternatives to the other candy you're gonna be getting. It's like I'm just gonna throw it away. Like you may as well just pour it in the garbage. Nobody wants that. Unless you're like the biggest sucker in the world, that then like everybody's gonna trade all their candy. Like, oh, you want to trade the celery sticks for my Snickers bar? Yeah, sure. I'll trade you all of my celery sticks, idiot. Like, I guess.
Everyone likes Halloween, but the people that are still like super into Halloween, like unless you've got like a kid that you like want to help them dress up or you like decorating for Halloween, but the people that are just like 31 and still really excited for Halloween, like past 24, I'd say like cool it. Cause like even once you can't trick or treat anymore, around that age, I don't know, maybe not right then, but you're starting to go to parties and stuff. So you want to have something cool. And then in like high school, you're like, yeah, dude, people are dressing up. We're going to go get fucked up. And then like college and like maybe a little bit after college, people are still dressing really sexy and going out to bars and stuff. But like, you know, dude, you're 30. Like, take it easy.
Is it weird to you when that's somebody's favorite holiday?
No, because like
I'm
I get
saying it's right or wrong. I'm just
Halloween's
saying,
cool,
like,
but
I always am a little sus if you're like my favorite holiday is Halloween.
If you want to say
what, why
your favorite season is Halloween season, I think you could say it's your favorite season.
Spooky season's fun. Everybody likes spooky season.
Like it's a lot of like awesome
I enjoy
movies,
spooky season, but it's like you get the pumpkin Reese's. Those are cool.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being like a hater, but I'm like, dude, I'm
definitely being a hater because there's people like online.
Maybe it's because I don't enjoy it as much anymore.
That's probably why we don't have kids, and it's like I like I'm not saying like if you get a costume that like okay, this person's crazy, because it is fun to still like be like, oh hey, we should go as this for Halloween, like that's cool. But it's like if every day like you're like, all right, countdown to Halloween, can't fucking wait. Like, and then like you had your decorations up 2 months ago. Like that's a little out of hand to me.
Hand up, you know what it is? It's like I don't ever really celebrate anymore, but I think the last couple times I've even gone to parties on Halloween, it's not like it was. Like I think Halloween was just always great when all the chicks were just dressed as sexy as shit. And once you're in like your mid-30s and people are starting to have kids and get a little bit older, you're like, oh, you're actually just a nurse this year. You're not a sexy nurse.
Wow. So Pat, not this really isn't into female empowerment.
It's not as fun, dude. I'm a basic dude. I'll admit that. That's why Halloween was always fun for me, is because it was sexy. Now it's just Halloween.
You want a slutty pumpkin?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm a piece of shit.
Because the holes are cut out in strategic places.
There you go. Maybe
I was a hanging Chad.
I'll be the slutty pumpkin.
I think I can just like get rid of the beard and I could just be Ted Lasso if I was going to do anything, but I don't have any Halloween parties set up, so I'm probably not going.
Isn't it on a Sunday this year?
Yeah, and it's like I'm gonna be watching football that day, so pass.
Football, which by the way, like they must be going early. And what made me think about it too is also like, Aaron, I love you, Aaron Rodgers, but calm down. Like he said, the reason he's growing his hair out is for a Halloween costume. You're planning this months ahead. Like shit, dude. Take it easy. But you know, he's also engaged. So she was like, it would be so fun if this year we went as so-and-so. And he's like, all right.
What do you think he's going to be?
Young Michael Scott from The Office.
I don't know about that.
No, that's definitely not. I don't fucking. Hey, we'll find out in about 4 weeks.
That also seems like an answer he could have just given to get somebody to quit asking about his hair.
No, I mean, I actually just heard another podcast say that, but.
Oh, well,
and I stole it.
100% believe that. I just ran with it as it was fact.
I don't think that's
just like the sharks happen. And trees bit.
More science came out, man. I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't wrong.
So spooky season, it's back, guys. Happy spooky season.
Cheers.
Also back is whistleblowers. Whistleblowers are back, and so is Facebook, because I don't even remember her name, went on. And guys, did you know? Like, hear me out. Can you believe that Facebook puts stuff that you disagree with on it, so you'll comment on it? Because Facebook like gets better if they get interaction. So they want to show you stuff that you're going to argue with. Can you believe that they do that? Like, how crazy is that?
So that's what I saw that there was a whistleblower thing on 60 Minutes. Didn't care even the slightest bit to do even the most cursory internet search to find out what it was. So that's what it was. Just that Facebook sets you up to get angry.
I mean, I didn't do a whole deep dive into it. I saw clips of the lady talking about it, of how it's harmful to body image for little girls, and how they know it's like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you on a platform where it's like girls can show like their ass and stuff. Like, are they supposed to like ban that? Like, maybe tell your kid if they don't have an Instagram. Like, if you can if there's a log off option, do that.
I'm gonna get Twitter.
I mean, I may be an asshole here. I know I don't have any kids, so I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but it seems like
I'll tell you what to do. It's
like the cigarettes thing. Like, well, you know, we shouldn't be allowed to have people buy vapes. And it's like, is 18 the age? Like, then they should be allowed to buy vapes. Like, I'm not saying it's good for you.
It's 21 now too, which is ridiculous.
Okay, so it's 21, but it's like now, like, there's still like the depression stick commercials where it's like like every Hulu commercial is that, and they spend a ton of money on it, and you're allowed to spend money on whatever you want. But like, I mean, if you buy that shit, it says it can cause cancer. It says it's bad for you. You're doing it in spite of that. Like,
you know what else is depressing? Sobriety. Dealing with stupid people every day at work.
Like, blaming Facebook that, like, yeah, you can spread misinformation on Facebook. I understand that, but it's just like, so you're just letting dumb people determine everything? Like, are we saying that the majority of us are that dumb, and like we have to change everything because the dumb people are too dumb to realize how dumb they are?
We've been doing it for years. Everything has to be made for the lowest common denominator. No child left behind. Well, we're going to hold the biggest one is Common Core math. Hey, this is going to slow down the really smart kids, but at least the really stupid ones will have a shot now. Okay, maybe you should just identify them and teach them a trade early on. Let the smart kids be smart. Like, well, he got the right answer, but he didn't show the exact processes we want him to show. So he got an F on this test, even though he got the right answer in his head instantaneously because he's just naturally smart, or she's naturally smart. Common Core math is the biggest fucking bullshit thing of all time. But that's the problem with it, is that, God damn it, I'm going off on my bullshit again.
Yeah, I was like, we're really getting into math. But I remember when they would be like, hey, Alex, you need to show your work. You're going to get points taken off. And I was like, why do I need to show my work if I know the answer? And they're like, well, because we can see you looking at the person next to you's paper the whole time. So we don't think you really did it. We think you're cheating. And I was like, whoa. Okay.
See, I had a different interaction. One time my teacher told me, you need to show your work. And I was like, why? Like, well, how do we know you got the answer? I was like,
it's on the page.
I was like, what do you mean? Because that's the fucking answer. I did the math. We didn't show it. I was like, I had to show math on 7 times 8. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? Of course, I didn't say it like that, but she was like, all right. And she just accepted it because I was good at math. But I was like, the fuck are we talking about show?
Did you ever cheat and then like you just had to make it up? I mean, that was my worst thing, but it was like you'd cheat and then you would just like have to show work. So I was like, I don't know how they got that. Well, the answer was 285. Let me just divide 285 by 2 over here, and then put a fraction that somehow looks like 285, like 28 over 5. There's some work. And they're like, none of that makes sense, but doesn't matter. There was stuff on the page.
I was a good student until puberty. Then I just stopped, even a little bit after that. But then especially once we hit high school, it was a combination of not caring and being horny. At that point, it was just like, whatever. And then I started drinking, and it was just, there's more. there was more things on the side of being a bad student than being a good student at that point. And it just kind of went downhill. And now I'm here. Maybe if I'd paid attention more in math, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys. So, you know what? Bravo.
Good thing we learned all that graphing calculator stuff.
Right. So glad I took 3 years to learn cursive, right, guys? That's been handy.
It really showed us a few things.
Actually, I still have my graphing calculator in the drawer right there. I could pull it up and play like Phoenix whenever I want.
Fucking $2 calculator. That I
use to play video games.
Yeah, everybody downloaded games. So it's like, I'm not doing any of this work.
Stupid shit.
Dumb. That was dumb. So what? Common Core Math was not. No, it's Facebook. Facebook was back.
And Instagram. But actually, they are back. Because they went away, but now they're back.
They go back. They went away. They were back, and then everybody's like, "Oh, I'm glad. I wish Facebook had stayed down." It's like, why'd you get back on it, dude?
Yeah. Simple.
That's a big pet peeve of mine. Is the people that say I'm leaving Facebook or I'm leaving this platform, and then they're like, "Did you miss me?" It's like, dude, you did that like a day ago. Like you couldn't make it that long. Like deactivating my account. If you need to reach me, reach out to me and get my number before it's gone. Okay, bye.
I like when people do that on Twitter. They're like, all of a sudden there'll be a post and you're just scrolling through your feed. It's like, hey, I'm back. I just had to take a couple of days off. I'm sure you guys were wondering why I wasn't posting. I was like, I did not notice that.
Not at all.
Not even.
Bit. I don't care about you. I'm going to unfollow you now.
Yeah, I don't know what your point was, but
yeah. And I mean that about me too. If I was posting that shit, like I know all of the shit I tweet out is nonsense. I don't expect anybody to be like, well, this is a very important, serious tweet that we need to take seriously from Alex. Like Twitter is, I get that people get in trouble from Twitter all the time. Twitter's just make believe to me.
I don't think anyone would notice if I wasn't there retweeting things for a week.
But that was my favorite thing about Facebook being out and Instagram being down and WhatsApp, which I don't use, but I mean, I know people had outages on that too. But then everybody's like, "Oh, I'm on Twitter," and it's just like, "Welcome to this toxic garbage dump, motherfuckers. Welcome to the Thunderdome."
Which you can choose to be in certain segments of Twitter that aren't toxic, but if you just participate in Twitter broadly, yeah, it's a horrible place, and I love it.
I was like, "This is why I'm here, guys." Well, we thought they should ban stuff on Facebook. Now we really think they should ban stuff on Twitter.
Like, they tried, and a lot of people didn't like it. And then
Twitter's just fun because it's like, man, green beans are cool, and they're like, "Fuck you" and "fuck green beans."
I kind of want to start a Parler account just to see what it's like. Where every post is like, it's like, I saw a caterpillar this week. Might as well have been Joe Biden. He moves so slow. Like, I imagine that everything on Parler, it's just you say one thing, then it's fuck Democrats.
That's weird. It's such a weird, like any argument or message board you see at all on like Reddit or anything. It's like, well, it's fucking fuck Joe Biden. You're like, dude, like this had nothing to do about that. They were talking about is Kyle Schwarber, Anthony Rizzo going to re-sign with the Red Sox or the Yankees? How did this turn into fuck Joe Biden? Okay, what?
Schwarber went to the Red Sox because he didn't want to be on the blue team. He wanted to join the red team. # right is right. And you're like, what?
Or the opposite side, but it's just like, if you comment on my sports thing that's not related to politics, and then you try and take a shot at the other side, you're like, just chill out, man. Just chill out. All right. This ain't for you.
I think they were right. Like we should, maybe every president from now on should be a lifetime politician, because we had one that wasn't, and it broke fucking everything.
It did. Yeah. He was just
everybody's brain is fucking broken now, man. Let's just at least just keep it with people that we all know are corrupt pieces of shit.
I think we knew he was too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he wasn't supposed to be. He was an outsider.
True.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we don't need to get any more into that. But yeah, Facebook was down, and everybody's like, "How can Facebook be down if they're supposed to be the biggest company in the world? What the hell, Zuckerberg?" And it's like, what were you doing, man? Just chill out.
Supposedly he lost $7 billion in 7 hours.
It's like nothing to him, but he's
like
made it back already.
Yeah, it's already back. Like that's all stocks and shit. The money flow. People were like, "Well, where is that money then?" No, it's still exactly right there, and he's going to have it back in 36 hours. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
I want that 7 billion. Yeah, well, too bad you've never created anything in your life, Derek.
It's a billionaire corporations running everything. People like me can't get it done.
The best thing I saw from it.
What'd you do today? What'd you do, dude? Nothing.
Somebody posted a meme where it was from the Social Network, and it's where he opens up the note and it says, and it just says like, "Your website sucks." And then he looks up and it's the picture of Tom from MySpace just looking over his shoulder. I was like, all right, this entire day was worth it just for that fucking meme.
Tom would never and Chili's would never.
Fact, but Applebee's would because they're assholes.
Right. By the way, we had a fuck Applebee's meme. I think it was somebody driving a car into an Applebee's. And I just said Chili's would never. And this shout out to Jessica. She had DM'd us and said that like that's her and her friend's inside joke now. Like anytime anything happens, they're just like, Chili's would never. Chili's would never. I was like, that's pretty great. But I just said Chili's would never, and they like winky emoji'd back to us. Like
Chili's?
Yeah, we know. Yeah, awesome. Like the Chili's account was like, we got you guys. They wanted to sponsor the podcast. That'd be pretty fucking sick.
Trip dip.
I ordered a trip dip last week.
Once a week.
Phenomenal. We could do broadcasts from Chili's. That'd be awesome.
I think we'd get kicked out.
Build a studio. Yeah, they're like, these guys just take over a table for 3 hours every week and just are so loud.
Live from the Trip Dip Studios.
That would be sick, though.
Maybe we should go watch football games at an Applebee's sometime and just live stream us from our phones. Sorry. Oh, fuck. I can't.
How dare you? We'll bleep that out.
Well, let's go watch football games at an Applebee's and then just burn it to the ground. You didn't let me finish.
No, that's arson. Also bleep that part out. Yeah, now you're admitting to wanting to do a crime. It's premeditated.
Well, you know what? They committed a crime first against my ears.
Fair argument. Moving on. Yeah. You know what else is back, boys? Eating pussy. Eating pussy is back this week, boys, because Harry Styles said his song Watermelon Sugar was about eating pussy.
Was that not obvious?
The female orgasm. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I didn't really listen to that song very many times. I didn't really either, but I didn't pay attention to it when I did listen to it. And it talks about tasting like strawberries, right? And wanting to taste you, and that feeling, and getting washed away in you, like that. Like, I mean, it sounds like
at the very least you knew it was about fucking.
But it was about something sex related. And then I know in the video he's just like sensually eating a watermelon, like throughout the video, not like eating it out, but I got the reference. I feel like now
the creepiest
I didn't need to know this, but now I do. And eating pussy's back, guys. I mean, I don't know about you guys. It's never gone here.
Hey, don't tell Junior Soprano, eh?
Junior Soprano's got to be pissed.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video back when that song came out of some dude on the beach with a guitar walking up to these two girls like, "Can I sing for you?" And he sings that song. And I was like, this is the cringiest shit ever. But like, it fucking worked. But that just pissed me off. I was like, he was that guy at a party. He was that guy in public.
It's one of those things that like Harry Styles can pull it off. But just a random dude. But Harry Styles can sing to, I would imagine Harry Styles could sing to most women like a song about eating their pussy disguised as eating watermelon. But like, yeah, if you or I do it, then we're the creep at the fucking park.
Well, you gotta have good hair and a six pack. Like if I just walked up to some girls, I was like, "Can I sing a song about eating your box?" They'd be like, "I'm calling the cops right now."
How would you say that?
Eating your box.
I thought he had like a Southern accent. Can I sing you
Can
a
I sing you a song
about
about eating your box? Well, it's a Southern accent, but if you say box, you got to say it like box.
Fucking box.
It's a Boston word.
Yeah, box on over here.
Hey, darling, can I sing you a song about eating your box? That's actually a good pickup line in Boston.
Maybe. Maybe. But yeah,
I gotta take a trip up to Boston and test that out.
We're a pro-sex podcast, so fellas, eating pussy's back. All right.
Num 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 num.
It's not just spooky season; it's eating pussy season. Watermelon sugar high, or whatever else he said. I had the lyrics up. Most of it is just watermelon sugar high.
Yeah.
Repeated over and over again. So.
And then I want to taste you. So it's pretty literal.
So here's what you're gonna start doing, lady or fellas. You go to your ladies and you're like, hey, watermelon sugar high. Tell them that, and they'll be like instead of just saying, hey, what's that? They're like, watermelon sugar high. And they're like, oh, he's gonna eat my pussy. And they'll get it. That's just like you and your lady's way of saying, like, hey, guess what daddy's about to do. As long as this is all consenting.
Nicki Minaj is going to come out with a song called Pineapple Slurpee about sucking dick.
We should write a song. But like, yeah, we should write a song about like eating ass, like ass eating season. And then boom. We could go viral.
Peach Orchard. That's the title.
Peach Orchard. I like that. I like where we're starting with this.
Yeah.
But
we'll workshop it.
Yeah, we'll workshop it. Any songwriters, hit us up. Let's make a hit.
You know what? We'll talk to Winston Cook about it. Hey, Winston, we want a song about eating ass. Can you help us?
It's called Peach Orchard.
He actually might. I think he would laugh at that.
Everybody just, I think it's at Winston Cook Music.
Yeah.
Tag him at like the 1 hour mark of the podcast.
Winston,
great guy.
Look forward.
Great guy. He's played at quite a few Pass the Gravy events. He's been on the pod. Great dude. All right.
Yeah.
Go download his album on iTunes. All right. Next comeback kid this week is Squids. Because Squids are back.
Yeah. And they play games.
Squid Game is back.
Squid's playing soccer. Squid's playing football. It's lots of games with Squids.
Well, I didn't watch the show.
Me either. But what else could it be? None of us
have watched the show. Because you know what, guys? While there's a lot of people out there that we're wasting time watching Squid Game, we're working on our squad game. And that's why we're tighter together.
Yeah.
We're a tighter, closer group because it's all about squad game and not Squid Game. Robert, you have to do it. All right, everybody do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, go. Boom. There we go. Squad game. All right.
And that was great for the people listening.
That was great. But, go to the 1 minute mark or 1 hour mark. Excuse me. Not the 1 minute mark. You'll be let down.
It won't be there.
That's not it. Go to the 1 minute mark and then wait 59 minutes.
That's our way of saying just listen to the whole thing on YouTube, assholes.
That'd be really funny to. Oh, no, because we want to click on
both.
Listen to it.
I meant also.
And then also go click it on YouTube and give us a like. Show us that you went to our YouTube video this week. Screenshot that you have liked it, and we will give away.
I'll give you a handshake on Twitter.
Pass the Gravy shirt to one of you. You have to screenshot us at Pass the Gravy Pod that you gave it the thumbs up on YouTube. All right, guys. But you also got to hit the listen button too, because we want to know that we got to get points for both. We are splitting our listens that way. But it's also we want you guys to be able to access it any possible way.
And see our beautiful faces.
And maybe you can just keep it on the background if you don't want to look at us. But that way, when we say, hey, look at this, you can also look at it.
There's the screenshot for this week's episode.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
All right. But Squid Game. Squid Game is the comeback kid this week. Because I didn't watch it, but I Wikipedia'd it, and it's from what Rod Ryan had explained it to me was like Hunger Games, and I can't remember what the other one was, but it was like Hunger Games and scary shit.
Black Mirror
and Hunger Games. You're right. and it's just like people die in it, and they have to fight each other. There's games they play, and I think you die if you don't complete the game. And I don't know, but it's also dubbed into English, which I'm out on.
Not a big fan of that kind of stuff. I'd rather just read the subtitles.
But again, I don't want to read, but I also keep the subtitles on, so I don't know.
If
the
words don't, if the sounds don't match the lips moving, it throws me off.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? Did I download a bad like YouTube video?
I don't know. I haven't tried in a long time, but those old school Jackie Chan movies were really fucking cool still. But they had martial arts. Does this have martial arts? If it doesn't, then I don't want the dub.
It has violence, apparently.
It has violence in it, which is sort of like martial arts.
From what I heard, though, like I heard other people talking about it, and like whatever game they're playing, like you choose like circle, square, something or something, and like everyone in the world of this show grew up knowing what it was, and there was a very obvious choice to pick, but they didn't all pick that choice. I don't know. I don't even really want to watch it now after like listening to other people talk about it, because I'm like, oh, this just seems stupid.
Again,
everyone's really into it.
We're about the squad game. We're usually in on these things. Pass the gravy, we're out. All right.
I got other shit.
Are we gonna make a pact here, boys? We're not watching it.
Fucking fine by me.
Robert, are you in?
Pat's gonna watch it.
Pat,
no, I've got too much other shit to watch.
If there's either of us on this podcast that I know won't watch it, it's Pat.
Really,
bro? I never even watched season 2 of Stranger Things.
I think I would break more than Pat would on this, but it's a pact, so I'm not going to break. Robert, are you down?
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it.
We're never going to watch Squid Game.
No, I never watched Tiger King.
And I never missed out on that because that was pretty tight. And
Robert, you really should though. It's so good.
Tiger King was just like a spectacle of like, I can't believe this is what oh my God.
Wait, this actually went on?
Yeah, like this is like real life. This isn't
years?
Scripted. Like Squid Game is a scripted show.
It was like
Tiger King was like, this is
the
real
one
person.
Thing that the pandemic gave us is it gave everybody in the world the same opportunity to watch like 3 documentaries. It was Tiger King, Don't Fuck with Cats, and I feel like there was one other one.
We were all just one book club. Like everybody was a book
Squid Game is the biggest show in the world.
Right.
Yeah, but most people like I'm back to being busy again. Like I've got other shit going on in my life. There's football to watch. It's not just, there's literally nothing going on in the world except for I go to work and I fucking come home and I drink and I've got time to watch whatever. Now I got other stuff going on. I'm a busy man.
Yeah, everyone's busy now, but somehow it's still the biggest show in the world.
Yeah, well, I haven't consumed it, so actually that's not fucking true because the world revolves around me. Robert.
There's the answer.
Main character syndrome right here.
Like I'm arguing for it, but I'm not going to watch it either.
Good. All right, so we're all in a pact then. Good.
Yes.
Right now, the biggest thing in the world is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
And I don't have a show right now because
you have The Office. It's always The Office.
I've been rewatching. Yeah, it's a great one to go to. But Squid Game, that's back. Everybody's talking about it. There's memes. We're just not going to understand these memes, boys. We're not going to understand these memes. But if anybody in the Gravy Gang wanted to make us like Squid Game memes, just send them to me and I'll just repost them like we do so we can get that clout. But we aren't going to watch this.
This is a perfect opportunity to shit talk us without us even knowing you're shit talking us, because we'll just repost it blindly and not understand the context.
Don't tell now they're going to do it. I'm going to do that dumb thing. Like, don't.
Well, we told them to roast us in the comment section of fucking iTunes for years, and they never did it. So
some people, they're too nice.
By the way, guys, give us 5 stars on iTunes.
5 stars. Refer us to a friend, and then thumbs up on our YouTube page.
Or give us 6.5.
6.5 stars of 5.
You son of a bitch.
Pat does.
Son of a bitch.
So yeah, again, squad game, not Squid Game, and that's why we watch football on Sundays, because that's the ultimate squad game. You get a whole football squad against a whole other football squad. Squad game over Squid Game. But next comeback kid this week is the Zodiac Killer.
Apparently they found him.
It's not Ted Cruz.
No, it's not Ted Cruz. And many of us out there were very shocked.
I need to see the clues
that it wasn't him. But apparently
I
they
need there to
found
be
the
more
guy.
More science needs to come out on this.
Yeah.
Well, we had 40 researchers working together. Hold on, let me. I've got
40?
this right here.
That's not enough.
40. A team. Sorry,
69.
a team of more than 40 detectives, journalists,
That's
and
41.
military intelligence officers,
41.
and they called themselves the Case Breakers. So that's a cute little nickname to give yourselves.
What were they? A podcast?
I guess so. But they found the guy who they believe was him. Unfortunately, he died 3 years ago. But his name
is convenient.
Gary Francis Post. And they reworked some DNA evidence. They found some old pictures of his where like he's got pretty specific facial scars that also showed up in like one of the sketches. And
one was like a lightning bolt on his forehead.
Yeah. So maybe I'll finally go back and watch Zodiac because I never actually watched that movie, but I heard it was really good.
But now it's inaccurate.
Well, I mean, we don't know.
Right.
Did you see it?
Did they find him? No, I'm not going to watch it, so we'll never know the answer to this until someone tells us.
But they spent years digging through new forensic evidence and photos from his dark room, and then they found him. Apparently, like some of the letters.
They didn't know who he was, but they knew where his dark room was.
Yeah, well, I think they found some stuff that kind of zeroed him in towards him, and then once you had his full name, you could use the anagram of his name to help decipher some of his like clues that he sent to the newspapers, and then they made sense. So either this is an extraordinary coincidence, or we got him, but he's already dead, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
See, I don't think they did it.
No,
they're just throwing out a bunch of random stuff that they know that people like the likes of us are too dumb to be like, let me decipher this code for myself. And they're like, well, we found a whole newspaper from then, and you could find the letters that could spell out his name. And it's like, this is going back to Harry Potter. Harry Potter, like, okay, Tom Riddle, like, this is what we're doing here. Like, they read Harry Potter. Then they found a newspaper from the year that the Zodiac killer killed somebody in like 1969. I think that was actually a date, and I'm not just saying it because it's 69 in it. But they like found a newspaper from then, and we're like, yeah, we actually could find all the names of this guy that we also found that sort of looked like the sketch that we saw.
I don't know. In 6 months to a year, I'm sure we'll get a true crime documentary about it on Netflix or Hulu, and then we'll know. But until then, we won't really know. I believe in people. I think we did.
I think that we're the podcast that's going to find the Zodiac killer. So, guys,
I want to talk
out there.
I want to
go-to murder podcast.
I just want to see interviews with this guy's family and see if they're like, there's no way it was him, or like, if like his nephew's like, yeah, probably he was a piece of shit. So that
he did like Zodiacs.
He did write a lot in weird, strange calligraphy that nobody knew but him. So this kind of tracks.
He always left us riddles.
Uncle Gary was a real piece of shit.
His name was Francis.
I fucking threw out a name.
His name was.
I've been doing it all podcasts. Whatever name pops into my head is what fills in the story that I'm currently saying.
Robert, do you think they really found him, or are you sus too? Because
it's a little sus.
I'm pretty sus.
A little sus.
Well, I mean, of course it's sus. It's a fucking 60-year-old cold case.
Exactly. A little too convenient. Oh, he's already dead. Was always the California killer guy, the Golden State killer that they just found. They were like, oh, but he's here. We found him. He's just really old. It's like they found him when he was alive. It's like it was a little like that he just died and then we found it. Like I think they maybe knew, and now they just were like, now we don't have to ask him.
Well, no, he died 3 years ago.
Right. That's 3 years too early.
I don't know. I read this on TMZ, and I've never heard TMZ lie before, so I don't know what you want.
I think TMZ has inaccurately reported stuff before.
A whole bunch of shit.
So,
but this isn't their reporting. They're just reporting on reporting. They're spreading the reporting. They're super spreaders.
I'm not buying it. They're super spreaders, right? That's what TMZ is. They're one of the biggest super spreaders out there, and
they just sip on their coffees and tell other people stories. Literally, that's what they fucking do.
And their fancy water bottles, because they always have like,
oh yeah,
it's like I'm drinking out of a lava lamp. Like, why? I'm saying, have you ever been like at a doctor's office and TMZ like comes on and it's like during the pandemic, it was funny because they're all like pre-pandemic, they still like they were like the original, like I'm a remote person from like, but I'm like in the newsroom. Like you could see like the back of Harvey Levin's head or whatever his name is. You could see like the back of his head. And it's like, they just didn't get the girl to come up and like talk to him. It's like, no, you stay in your little cubicle. Shut the fuck up and report when we ask you to. Okay. But they all have like, one of them's drinking out of like a barrel. Got one of those like Oktoberfest steins. The other one's got like a sippy cup. It's just like, what are y'all holding your water in? It was weird that they always had the most like a canteen.
You guys don't have a fucking meeting room? You just yell at each other in the middle of the office?
Damn water bottle. Maybe get that. I don't know. Build a fucking studio. You have money. Hey, we're just regular guys, hanging around the office, just shooting the shit.
It's such a weird fucking company, but I love it.
I think he got big during the OJ thing.
I have no fucking idea. I know he was a lawyer and then he started the company, but like, who fucking knows? TMZ. What the hell does TMZ even stand for? The media zone?
Or the 30-mile zone, which I think is where like crimes happen, or like Hollywood. I don't know. Something mile zone.
Yeah, I got no fucking clue. Somebody just knocked at my door. That's weird.
Look it up.
I think it's the 30-mile zone. 30 miles.
Look at me knowing things. We're gonna go with that. 3 Mile Island. That's what it stands for. Not really. The Zodiac Killer back, and we're sus about it, even though TMZ says it happened. Also back this week is Urban Meyer, because I guess Comeback Kid is maybe appropriate for that. Maybe we should go into the Precome segment, if you know what I'm talking about. Because Urban Meyer lost on Thursday Night Football last week, and then video came out of him at a bar, and there was a girl that was dancing by him, and then it looked like she was dancing in his lap, and then it looked like another angle came out where he was grabbing her ass, maybe copping a feel out there, but she was dancing on him, so it didn't seem like it was non-consensual. It just also is the fact that he's got a wife and kids, so that was a bad look. And then everybody was saying, hey, well, why didn't he fly? He didn't fly back with his team. Everybody's making a huge deal about it. I really, in my mind, was just like, the biggest deal should be about the fact that he didn't fly back with his team. Like, I'm not saying, fool around on your wife is great, but like, they're going to fire him because of that.
Yeah. Maybe when you're the most famous person in Ohio, don't go to a random bar, have some 24-year-old smoke show, grind on your dick, and shove your thumb up her butt. Everyone has cameras now. But also, he was shit-faced. So, like, can he really be held responsible for his behavior? He was a drunk football coach.
Again, we're going to have to cut this part. We don't condone that. We disavow.
That
previous statement.
Obviously sarcasm. And
right,
I think
just disavowing.
Yeah. I mean, like, or he said it was like they had.
I don't know. Let's hear Pat out. Let's hear Pat out.
No, I'm just saying, like, he said he stayed behind because he had a couple days off. They had a couple days extra, so he's going to blow off some steam and see some family while he was in. You're a fucking football coach of an NFL team. You use those extra days to prepare for the week, especially when you're 0-4. Like, he wants to get fired. He wants that USC job. Like, when you
that's what a lot of people are speculating. That is an opening, and he does seem like he may not be an NFL coach.
Oh, he's definitely not. We knew this wasn't going to work.
Yeah, it's not looking great, but I don't know. It was the weird, like, he's dancing at a bar. It's like, just if he was not dancing. He was at a bar.
He was sitting on a stool, and she was grinding her ass.
She came to him. It was then when he had his hand on her ass that I was like, okay, well, he was maybe doing stuff back. I think his wife can't be happy.
Yeah, her Twitter's not active anymore, but people did get screenshots of her liking tweets of people like, you deserve better than this. So probably really awkward when he got home, especially because she was at home watching their grandkids while he was getting shit-faced at a random bar. Like, you can't go to like a high-class bar, Urban, like somewhere where like, I was going to say where celebrities go, but there's no celebrities in Ohio.
They were in Cincinnati.
Something like that.
Yeah, what kind of high end bar do you think there is? Some Skyline chili.
Yeah, and if they're eating Skyline chili, you don't want to be sticking your thumb.
I mean, honestly, my big thing is to talk about the character of the man is. You go to Cincinnati, did you go to the Harambe Memorial that I'm assuming they must have? Because if you didn't, then you're a real scumbag.
Breaking news. Jalen Smith, we didn't talk about this yet. Jalen Smith got cut by the Cowboys. There's a lot of high profile NFL the cuttings being going on. Stephon Gilmore is cut by the Patriots. Packers are finalizing a deal with Jalen Smith. One of my favorite players ever at the University of Notre Dame. He's going to the Packers. He's no longer on the Cowboys. This is a huge day for me, guys. It's going to be especially great when he forces a fumble against the Cowboys in the postseason and Aaron Rodgers beats the Cowboys yet again because they suck. So big day for me, guys. This is breaking news that you guys all knew 3 days ago when you're listening to this.
And Gilmore got traded. He did not get cut.
That's right. I forgot. They were gonna cut him and then they traded him. Panthers, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's still injured for like 3 more weeks, but we'll see.
But yeah,
football.
Jalen Smith, I guess, also a comeback kid. Urban Meyer, comeback kid, and then our final comeback kid, still football related, because I mean, Urban Meyer, he talked to the owner, Shad Khan, great owner name, maybe the coolest owner name.
Great mustache.
Great mustache. Definitely
one of the best current mustaches. One of the best current mustaches on the planet.
Just go look up Shad Khan if you want to see an awesome mustache. But yeah, he was saying that they've discussed it and his behavior was not acceptable, but he believes in Urban going forward. I don't know if that means the next 2 days or what. Urban though then kind of did apologize, but he did the Pat apology where it's not really an apology. It's just some things happened.
So that's why it's called.
There are some things that have happened and it's about me. And they did happen. And I know that they happened. And I wish that they hadn't happened in the way that you found out about them happening.
He should have just been
pretty much what he wanted to say, I feel like.
I was really drunk in a bar that shouldn't have happened. She had long blonde hair. I thought it was Trevor Lawrence. I thought it was my quarterback.
That's other Urban you got to talk about. That was my twin brother.
He should have just been.
I thought it was suburban.
I thought it was
I'm
Trevor
urban.
Lawrence.
That was suburban.
I thought it was my quarterback, just trying to team coach quarterback.
Thought we were making a TikTok. Kids do, huh? Thought we were ticking and talking.
God, every picture they took that night, he looked hammered.
What else are you gonna do in Cincinnati?
But what other apologies are back?
So I mean, apologies in general are a comeback kid this week because I think it's time for everybody to apologize for doubting Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones is awesome and the Giants upset the Saints, and I don't care that they're very likely going to lose this weekend. It doesn't fucking matter. But they beat the Saints. They weren't supposed to beat the Saints, and they did. And Danny looked awesome. He now has the best yards per rush in the NFL, the best running back in the NFL as well, dual threat quarterback. They call him Vanilla Vic, and he's also got the longest streak of 90 plus QB rating in the league right now. So shout out to Danny, and then also his yards per carry is 6.96. So nice. But I'd like everybody that doubted Daniel Jones to first off apologize and then never disrespect our king again because Danny's good. And I was a day one Dan stan. I didn't want him to draft him, but I said he's the captain of our ship and I'm going to root for him. I was a day one Dan stan, and finally seeing everything I said was going to happen come to fruition. I feel like a proud parent, honestly. My boy went out there and he made me proud, but I'd like everybody to apologize. So you may have seen me tweet it a lot. Anybody that ever doubted them when they're tweeting nice things, I'm like, apologize for doubting Danny. People won't do it, but I'll tell you one thing. If he can go into Dallas this weekend and give you a nice little Danny Dimes performance, everybody better be apologizing even more next week.
I think I said it it was either last week or the week before where I think I was one of the people that said, I don't know if he's the guy. I don't think he's the guy. He has been playing really well.
I'd like
he
you
has
to
been playing
apologize.
really well.
Apologize now for
he has been
doubting
playing really
Ganda.
well. And it is a team sport. So like wins and losses aren't just on the quarterback. People like to put it on them. It's not. They only have one win, but he has been playing really well. Though. He has been playing really well. So you can't say it's not entirely just him. I hope you guys beat the Cowboys this week, because also I have shit talked Dak for many, many years on this podcast and in every aspect of my life.
Don't do it.
No. I'm just going to say, I'm not endorsing Dak. I'm just saying everything that I've shit talked him for in the past, he's not doing it this year. He's been accurate. He's not missing wide open receivers. It's a matter of time though. Dak still sucks. He's going to fuck this up.
Spooky season. I'm cursing him. He's cursed. Dak is cursed.
Yay.
Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck Dak. All right.
Yeah.
Curse.
Also, hey,
no championships. And the Kyler curse is still a thing. I don't care what his numbers look like now. He's not winning a shit.
Extra curse for cutting Jalen. Do it.
Super extra curse. They're so cursed.
What you don't like smart players? Oh, he went to Notre Dame and he doesn't do cocaine, so he can't be on the Cowboys. Pfft.
Yeah, but that's a bad look. I'll give you that.
It's a classic Jerry Jones move, though, to cut a guy 2 years after giving him a $64 million extension.
Money is nothing to him.
I mean, there's still a cap.
But Pat, I'd like you to apologize for.
I apologize.
Thank you. Thank you for your apology.
Danny, he's looked pretty fucking good, man. And he's the best running back best running quarterback. Actually, he does
best running back.
He does have competition for the best running quarterback in the NFL, though. Just because Sam Darnold has 5 rushing touchdowns. Like, what? He's leading. Sam Darnold is the leading touchdown rusher in the NFL right now.
Right, but Danny, see, again, he's a we guy, not a me guy. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going to run him in and try and, get all the points for myself.
It's for the team, though.
I'm going to share the love.
It's for the team, though. But
if he's got to run it, he does.
It's more so just funny watching Sam Darnold be good at running the ball when the Jets just completely fucked him and couldn't give him the ability to do anything there, because they're a poverty New York franchise. Unlike the Giants, they're a quality New York franchise.
Thank you. And thank you. I know that Alex and Ryan and a couple of you other guys were out there. Y'all were defending our king, and I appreciate you guys. And we know that he's our guy. There's gonna be some rough patches, but you got to stick through those guys in those rough patches. I'm also glad that I didn't have to bring up the NFL parody triangle thing, because if you had not apologized, I was going to say that I thought that the Giants, I could argue they're better than the Saints, or they're better than the Saints since they beat the Saints. So that would mean that they're better than the Packers because the Saints beat the Packers. But I'm not going to do that because you apologized. And hey, you know what? It's cool.
Thank you.
It's cool.
Thank you. Right? Thank you for thinking of my feelings.
I care about you, buddy. I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
I love both of you guys, and I care about your feelings.
I love both of you too.
Love you, Robert.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank you. What did Pat say earlier? I can I'm going to opt out of this conversation. I'm just going to get up.
I'm going to opt out. But yes, the Daniel Jones deserves an apology tour. Will continue every time he does something positive. And I mean, Dan stands for life, baby. Dan stands for life. He's looking good. And if the Giants don't have a quarterback position that they have to address, I think they're only going to get better going forward. Do I think the Giants are a great team right now? No, I don't. But do I think maybe they could be frisky in a little ways? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, apologies are back, and everybody should apologize for doubting our king. That is the Comeback Kid segment. We'll head on into the PTG Picks segment since we're already talking football. And that is brought to you this week by our good friends at Alamo Remedy CBD, the best CBD in the world. They got some new CBD lip balm you can get for just $9. The hemp flower they have available as well. That's $19.99. They have the gummies, the tincture oil, the lotion, the cucumber melon lotion, and they have the capsules as well. All those are priced at just $17.99. So basically nothing above $20 at alamoremedy.com. The lotion that Pat's using right now, Gotta tell you, I had I don't know, was it my pec was being a bitch.
Too much bench.
I think I did do a little tailgating, and my friend Darren, I at one point I like lifted a cooler, and I feel like I don't lift anything, so then my body's like, hey, we're not used to this. Why? And it was like sore for the next day, and I was like, a little Alamo remedy right here, done. I use it on my ankle, I use it on my leg a lot, and I'm telling you, that stuff is the shit. You're having some trouble falling asleep, take one of the CBD gummies, maybe take a half of it at first, and see how you feel after that. But Alamo Remedy, they're going to get the job done at Alamo Remedy and at Alamo Remedy CBD on Twitter and Instagram. Let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang. And Alamo Remedy CBD, they're the tits, and you're going to love them as well. Alamo Remedy and at Alamo Remedy CBD on Twitter and Instagram. They are the official sponsor of our PTG Picks segment that we can start right now. Pat, you want to tell everybody how we did last week?
Not really. You went 2-1. I went 1-2. Again, the science changed. The circumstances changed. There was a material change. I was not aware that there was going to be a monsoon during the Patriots versus Tampa game.
I told you, I don't know. I felt like it was going to be too close anyways. It was too close anyways.
I still should have covered, but Antonio Brown doesn't know how to catch a fucking football.
Fair.
Don't know what it is.
Fair.
Two plays in a row, he drops the fucking touchdown that covers. So fuck that guy. We already fucked that guy before that. He's a piece of shit. We disavow him on this podcast, but fuck him again. Fuck it. Let's just get into it. This is another one that doesn't make any sense to me, though, but it's obvious, and also it's my team. Green Bay -3 over Cincinnati. Why is it -3? Something. I feel like this is a rat line.
That's why I didn't take it. I had it penciled in, and I was just like, hey, something's up.
But I'm just going with the don't overthink it.
Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah.
Right. Cincinnati's played better, but they're just not that good of a team. They've got a good offense, I feel like, at times.
You would think that the Packers would be able to beat it.
They should be able to. They should be able to cover. They're on the road. It's in Cincinnati, but like, right? Like,
I would think so.
What? Now my next two are tricky because actually, and this is where I'm scared because I hate taking unders. There's 3 unders I like this week, and I don't know which 2 to choose from them. The first one I'm going to take. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with it. Denver, Pittsburgh under 39.5. That's a low number, but neither one of these offenses is particularly good, and they both have good defenses. Like Pittsburgh has struggled on defense, but this is TJ Watt's second week back, being healthy. Teddy Bridgewater, I think, is still going to be out. It's going to be Drew Lock.
Right.
He can air the ball out. Maybe he'll get some long touchdown, but like he's good for a couple turnovers, and Big Ben can't play quarterback anymore.
This feels like something you might want to throw in a teaser. Like if you could get it down to 33.5, throw the over on 33.5.
I'm probably gonna tease all 3 of these unders together, and so just get more points on them.
That's fair. Well, I mean, just the only thing I don't like betting unders at times. Sometimes it's just a game where you gotta be like, this is an under, and I think that's what this is.
I hate unders.
But the reason I feel like you're justified in doing it is sometimes I don't know. I feel this way. Like sometimes when the payout on something is like -115 and the other one is -105, I'm like, they've moved it down to -105 because they know it's going to lose and it's a trap. I'm going with one. I'm going to lay a little bit more on the -115. 39.5. Like usually an under, like an over under that's less than 40. They're really trying to get you to take the over. Like they want you to take the over, and this feels like it's a trap to take the over, which is why I think you're smart in going, fuck that. I'm not taking the over, because sometimes you're like, dude, NFL teams, they can easily put up 20 points apiece. I think you're smart here in being like, we're going to go under. This is going to be like a 17-3 game.
Yeah, it's just bad offenses and good defenses. And they're both at -110 right now. Also, to your point right there, the Packers -3, -115, Cincinnati +3, +105.
And it really means a lot of people are putting more money on it, but just Sometimes you're like, why?
Yeah.
It will stop me from making bets sometimes.
Yeah.
Your next one. You got another under for us.
I got, this will be my final pick of the 3. I'll give you guys a bonus afterward. There's one I actually like more for logic reasons, but logic never works for me. So I'm just going with gut, which also never works for me. Houston, New England under 39.5. Houston's offense can't score. And it's not just a rookie quarterback against Bill Belichick. It's a rookie quarterback who wasn't supposed to see the field for 2 years and is just forced to
under
right
39.5.
Again, yeah, both of them 39.5. Bill Belichick is going to kick the ever living dog shit out of Davis Mills.
But you don't think we could have another situation where the Patriots put up like 35 points? I feel like the Texans aren't going to get shut out twice in a row.
I don't think New England's going to score 35 though. I can see this being 31-7. I don't. I think Bill Belichick is going to grind Derek Mills into nothing.
Davis Mills.
See, it's because in my head I was thinking of they're going to ruin him the way David Carr was ruined, and David Carr's brother's name is Derek. So all of that compiled into one.
Solid logic on that.
Yeah, so it's just Houston's not going to be able to do anything against it. I mean, this is another one, 39.5. New England's going to score. I don't expect them to put up a shit ton. I could see them winning 35-0 here, honestly. But I don't think they're going to score that much, and Houston's really not going to do much either. So under 39.5 feels good to me. I got a bonus one as well. This is the one that I feel like logically I've thought through and makes sense to me. This is bonus though. This isn't part of my actual picks. Chargers in Cleveland under 47. Cleveland's got a good defense. Chargers have held every team they've played against all year to their least amount. They've got a sneaky good defense too. People aren't talking about it enough. And Cleveland wants to run the ball a lot. So if they do keep the ball, they're going to grind down clock. I think this is a good pick. But it's not one of my officials. That's what I think. I've put too much thought and logic into this, so it makes a lot of sense. And when I do that, I'm wrong.
Right.
So I didn't put it as part of my picks, but it's going to hit, and my other 3 are going to lose.
Okay. Well, I had a formula to mine as well, and I'll explain obviously each time. Let me start off. First one, I'm going to go Cowboys over the Giants. Last time I picked against the Giants, they won. Also, the Giants made me happy this week. So they're not going to want me to be happy for 2 weeks. They're going to kick me in the balls this weekend. And this is like the perfect time for them to do that and get blown out. So makes sense.
And we know anyone named Judge can't get the job done.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
We forgot to bring that up in Comeback Kid, but we'll just let it be. That.
I can curse the Astros. Josh Posado specifically told Astros Twitter last night. He's like, be nice to Alex so he won't curse the Astros again. I appreciated that, and I honored his kindness.
Just talking about the Astros
by not. But if you're talking mean about the Yankees, I will curse your team, even though you have two teams. We were cool just a little bit ago. Don't fuck it up.
I didn't do anything.
I've already cursed.
I wasn't gonna do it.
I will. I'm in a cursing mood today.
You don't want to use that much black magic, man. It's bad ideas for you.
I did it last year, and it worked fine. It'll hurt the soul. It worked fine.
You stuck to one curse.
Kyler curse. I also stuck to.
Still ongoing.
He still has not won a title. I don't care about his stats. Has not won a title though.
So Dallas for Giants.
Dallas -7 are the Giants. Mostly because whenever I'm happy, when my teams make me happy, West Ham made me happy, and they're like, we're going to fucking lose against Brentford, Alex. We're going to lose against Brentford. And then the Giants are now making me happy. So they're like, we're going to just get our shit kicked in by the Cowboys just because that'll hurt even more to you. That's going to happen. So Cowboys -7. Also, I have the
You Titans. Did just curse the Cowboys, though.
I did curse the Cowboys, but again, I'm good on either way. You know, I either win the bet.
Okay.
Or I lose the bet.
I just want to remind you.
Yeah. Right. I did curse them. Which would be like, this is how we see if the curse is real or not.
True.
Does the bet hit? Who knows? I got the Titans -4 over the Jags. The Titans just got embarrassed, lost to the Jets. They're going to have a bounce back game. The Jags, Urban Meyer, we just talked about him. Nobody trusts that guy. There's turmoil in the locker room. They're not a good team. Everything like this makes it seem like this should be a Titans win easy by a touchdown, right?
Maybe. I would assume Julio and AJ are probably both going to be back, which will help them a lot also.
Right.
But, or is this a Jaguars put their foot down and they decide to finally play? I get it.
Them, like they lost, Urban lost him. This is them being like, fuck this coach, we quit. And then he gets fired. And then when the interim coach comes in, that's where they get the win. That's where they storm back and get the win.
What if after this year they get rid of Urban or he quits during? Clemson's having a down year. What if they bring in Dabo Swinney?
That'd be dumb, but I could see it.
Why?
I don't think it'll happen.
Bring back his college guy. Yeah, I don't think it will either. I'm just making conspiracies for no reason.
But Titans, that's my logic to it. You can't, like, you got embarrassed by the Jets. You got to play well the next week. Jags, just a team, they're spiraling. They're spiraling right now. They got a lot of off the field, on the field. They're in trouble. I think
got a bad
Titans
roster.
win by touchdown. Then I have the Saints -2 against the Washington football team. Last week, I thought the football team was going to win, get a bounce back game because they had been getting doubted a lot. I think the Saints, Jameis had an up-down game. Jameis lost. I think they bounced back. Jameis looks really good. I think they don't go with Taysom Hill as much as they should. And then, or as much as they, like, I think, like, they went with Taysom Hill too much is what I mean in the Giants game, because Jameis looked good against the Giants defense, and then they throw Taysom in there, and I think he threw a pick, and then just like he got beat. Like it's
I think
weird,
Jameis.
but
I think Jameis is still bad though.
But I think New Orleans is good enough to make up for it. And if you're only given 2, I think they beat Washington here. I think Washington got the win against the Falcons, and Washington's going to be a little comfortable here. I don't think the Washington's going to get done. I think the Saints win this one easily.
I don't hate that
less
one.
Than a field goal, so that's why that's my logic.
See, that's the thing. I don't hate it, but I hate it. Or so I should say I hate it, but I don't hate it. It's like I hate it because I don't trust New Orleans at all. But like you said, it's less than a field goal. And Washington their defense is terrible. It should be good, but it's not. And Taylor Heineke is just a fucking wild man out there. You don't know what the hell he's going to do on offense.
Jameis is good game, Taylor bad game. That's how I think it'll go. So
could be, but also Jameis is just not good. Like I understand Sean Payton doesn't trust him at all because he sees what he does in practice. Like, and he's put it on film in games a bunch too, where he's still. We all thought this was going to be the year that Jameis stops just making reckless throws. He's had like 6 already this year, where as he's being sacked, he just launches it up in the air to the middle of the field. Somehow his guys keep coming down with it. There was like, I think one where it was just an interception with no offensive guy within 20 yards of it, but he's still doing the same shit. I never trust him any week, but like I said, I hate this game, but I also don't hate it because it's less than a field goal. Saints are a better team, top to bottom roster.
Right. So to recap our picks, Pat has Packers -3 over the Bengals, the Broncos and Steelers under 39.5 points, and the Texans and Patriots under 39.5 points. I have the Cowboys -7 over the Giants, the Titans -4 over the Jags, and the Saints -2 over the Washington football game. That has been our PTG Picks segment, brought to you this week by Alamo Remedy CBD. Now we're going to move on to the What Would Jesus Do segment, brought to you by us. Pass the Gravy merch store, passthegravymerch.com. Go get some stuff. If you have a question for the What Would Jesus Do segment, we could use some more. Hit us up, hashtag PTG WWJD at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat Dan. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Basically, throw Jesus in a situation he might find himself in modern times, and just, what would you do? The bracelets never answered that for us, but we're going to answer that for you, and we're going to help you out here. It's the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
What is our question this week? It's from Todd Voss at us_scene_by_TV on Twitter. And Todd says, What would JC's preferred social media outlet be? I feel like, given light of everything that's happened this week, I think I'd say Twitter. It's always available, just like him.
I think it'd be the gram.
He's everywhere. He's always there.
Inspirational quotes,
and Twitter never
pictures.
Goes away. They got that on Twitter too. They also have people asking for things and giving you the cash apps.
I feel like Graham is the biggest one though. Or would he have his own? Jesus, sir. Jesus book. Jesus Graham.
No, he's a man of the people.
I was gonna say J-Date.
Is that a social media platform? Or a dating site?
It connects you to people.
It's a tough one. Which one?
Because J-Date, Christian Mingle, and Plenty of Fish would all be like perfect dating sites for him.
We have said that Twitter is like the most toxic. You can find little pockets that aren't, but it's super toxic.
More sinners to heal.
I can't see it being Twitter. I just can't. I think he'd be on Twitter, but it's just not.
It's definitely not Facebook.
It's Instagram. It's Instagram. He'd be showing off his fucking ripped ass abs. Big dude,
not filtered. He wouldn't filter him though.
No, he would never.
There'd be no Facetune.
Actually, I don't even think he'd have ripped ass abs because that might make people feel bad. I think he'd have a solid bod, but a little bit of a dad bod.
Yeah. He'd Photoshop himself to look fatter.
Maybe give himself a little bit more of a tit.
That's why I thought Twitter would just be a good one, because it's like it's never gonna be down. Although Facebook and Instagram did go down and rise again, so
yeah,
this is Instagram. Perfect for Jesus.
Okay. I mean, he would.
I'm back on Instagram.
Yeah, he'd have obviously the most followers of anyone.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's Jesus. Why every week? Why do you doubt Jesus?
I just think there's assholes out there that would doubt Jesus.
There are, but do you have any idea how many followers Jesus has in real life?
No, because he doesn't care about showing it. It's not about it. It's not about the followers. It's about
no, but I'm saying it's the biggest religion on the planet. He would have the most followers on Instagram. He just would.
Maybe if they all had social media, which they may not.
No, they don't. But you think every single person that has I don't know how to say this. He would beat
Kylie
Jenner.
And he has a
Who
Twitter.
Has the most? Kylie Jenner probably has the most followers on Instagram.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, I mean, Jesus is bigger than Ronaldo.
Maybe.
Ronaldo would Instagram Jesus all the time. I don't know how they share other people's shit on Instagram.
Can you imagine getting like you get reshared on Instagram from Jesus? Like that's got to really help your numbers.
Oh yeah, huge numbers.
Like Jesus right now, I think like the coolest person to get shared by would be like The Rock. Like if The Rock shared anything he did on Instagram, it's like that's badass.
Oh, it'd be great.
And like Jesus would definitely beat The Rock out.
I mean, just the high that you get. Anytime you interact with like any level of celebrity that you like and they like or retweet your shit, you're like, oh, it's the dumbest shit ever. This is the kind of stuff I fucking hate about the world and Instagram. The other day, this singer, I commented or retweeted one of his old videos and he liked it. And I was like, that's what's up, Braxton. There you go. Yeah, like you, dude. I got jacked up about it for a minute. We talked for a minute. It's the dumbest shit ever. But like, if Jesus did that to somebody, you might actually just straight up ascend into heaven.
That's very true. If Jesus likes your tweet, you just get eternal life.
He holds nobody who's Roman gets a fucking retweet though. He just holds a weird grudge against them.
And Judas, he's not fucking liking any of his stuff.
Strangely, huge fan of Judas Priest though.
He forgave, but he didn't. That's a troll to Judas.
Anybody named Roman, Jesus will not follow you.
Nope. Roman swipes, no chance.
Roman Reigns, sorry, bud. You're never going to be the champ again.
That's all the Romans I know. Greg Roman, nope.
Yeah, we ran through all of them. There's three of them.
Even Jim Rome, he wouldn't follow.
Jesus would follow everybody in the world except for them.
Yeah.
And murderers, of course. Like if Jesus wasn't following you, you would know you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you would really, it should really hammer that home. But yeah, that's our What Would Jesus Do segment, brought to you by the Pass the Gravy merch store, passthegravymerch.com. Now let's move on to the not cool segment. But what's not cool is when you run out of beers. Which I'll tell you what's about to be not cool is me drinking the last Darling Like a Marlin that I know of in existence. And yeah, I'm savoring every little drop.
Willow. You were supposed to drink it while I sang the song.
Well, I didn't.
You love you.
I don't want to just chug it and make it go away. It's like
I didn't say chug it, but like enjoy a sip, man. Jesus.
Well, tell everybody about our friends.
Serenade you and the beer. Actually, I mean, I'm not drinking one right now. I'm drinking about 12. I'm working on this beautiful 12-pack of Bombshell Blondes. You can also get tailgating this weekend and
got some bombies and was crushing those. Brandon Whitehead in the Gravy Gang came out there. We had John Frederick come out too, and we were all crushing some Southern Star.
Yeah, maybe if you like a little flavor in your life, you can also get 12 packs of the podcast favorite Strawberry Bombshell Blonde. You can get the Sunday brunch as well. That's the one. That's the word I was looking for, Robert. But say you don't need 12, you only need 6. We got plenty to get after you. The original conspiracy theory, the just straightforward IPA, Subatomico, the juicy IPA, which I haven't had it in a while. I don't know. I haven't seen it around. I got to find it. I don't know if it's out of season right now or what, but I'm jonesing for it. I need it. I love that shit. It's so good. If you need any sort of beer, Southern Star's got you covered. They've got the, spooky season's here, which means cold season is coming up. We got the winter warmer. We got the Buried Hatchet Stout, which you can still find year round, but I don't know if you're like me, the dark beers, you like it when it's a little bit cooler outside. Gives you a warm belly, feels nice. Coming up tomorrow. So most of you probably won't hear this in time. Hopefully you will. 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. We got bingo going up at Southern Star. This Saturday, Bar for Bar Brew Fest going on up at the brewery. Trying to find out. Here we go. Here's the about button. Nope, not a lot of information on there. Who gives a shit? It's an event up at Southern Star, guys, and it says Brew Fest. I'm guessing there's going to be a bunch of beers going on up there. Different bars maybe coming to hang out. Who knows? Either way, 12 to midnight. You can
find out.
Yeah, 12 to midnight. Sorry, 7 to midnight. Jesus, I don't know my numbers today, guys. Told you earlier, math, stopped caring about it once I got horny. Been horny for about 16 years now. It's not going away. No, longer than that. 18 years. I've had a full adulthood of horniness, guys. And it's fucking with my math. But you know it doesn't fuck with my math because it's already bad? Southern Star beers. They're great. I got the, what did I tell you last week? I found a couple more of the lemon pies. I don't know if they're still going on anymore. Delicious. Oktoberfest right now, guys. Get that shit. Because if you don't get it, you're going to miss it when it goes away. Because it is the bomb diggity.
Part of the Gravy Gang, Tessa she came in from Austin. She was in town and came to pick up some prizes she won on the Buzz. And yeah, she was telling me she got some of the pills and her husband gave them to one of their friends. She only got one of them. And I was like, they're like fucking gold. You can't find them anywhere. You can't fucking find them. I still have been not able to find them. And I'm very upset. But in 10 days, October 16th, I'm going to go up to their Oktoberfest party and I will be having some bombshell pills. I can't wait for that. But Southern Star Brewing Company, 3525 North Fraser Street, the best beer ever, best brewery ever. And let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang and they'll hook you up.
I found out Bar for Bar. I was wrong. I read it. I was thinking like bars, like as in places that serve beer. No, bars as in spitting bars. Free rap show, talented acts from around the city going down at Southern Star Brewery. There's going to be t-shirts, of course, beers, open mic freestyle at the end of the night. So if that's your kind of shit, guys, tomorrow night.
I think you should go.
This Saturday. I
work. Make Robert do it.
I work. By the time I got up there, they'd be closed. We're kind of far away, but if you guys like people spitting bars.
Bars, man. Bars.
Get up there.
All right.
Sounds like a fun time. Wish I could go.
Well, they are the official sponsors of the Not Cool segment because when you have a Southern Star, you're never going to have a Not Cool. Let's start with our intro, I guess. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. I will start first. I have a couple. If you guys are cool with that. My first one is I have to go to a wedding this weekend. It's going to be during the Giants-Cowboys game.
Ugh.
Potentially that could be good if they get blown out. Like I said, they could be my picks, but if they do have an upset win, then I'm going to be upset, but then also it'll be like a nice surprise. But it's not cool. It's like happening during it. I don't get to watch it.
Also, potential side not cool is like, I mean, you're going to be following on your phone.
But then that's not cool for me because then I'm that guy. But like I'm gonna be that guy. Like this is your.
But
fault.
also, then if they get
this is
mad,
your fault
like,
for having a wedding during a Giants game.
You got married on a Sunday during football season. Same thing. Then they could be like, "Oh, we could have got married on Saturday." Which, by the way, Sunday wedding. Come on, guys. Everybody needs a day to recover, and most people don't want to take a day off work. Do it on Saturday. Yeah, we might miss some college football. And that'll happen, but also don't get married during football season. Also, like, be considerate, people.
One of my best friends, love him. I'm a team guy, so I'm gonna be there for him. But like, I'm gonna have the Giants game on my phone.
Yeah,
not to disrupt the service or anything, but it'll be in my pocket on the phone. And like, whenever I get a chance, like when there's not photos or the ceremony's not going on, I'm gonna be sneaking peeks of like.
Dude,
like when I get to that table, when I get to like my spot on the table, like the phone's just on the table and we're watching the game.
My buddy, this was probably like 6 years ago, got married, and I guess it wasn't week 0 of college football, but it was week 1. But it was Notre Dame versus Texas. It was a good game to watch. I brought my iPad to his wedding and had it on that during the reception. That being said, his dad was sitting next to me watching the game, so it was okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything about the beard for the wedding?
What do you think I should? Should I do something about it?
I don't know. Like you've been saying.
Fuck you, Robert.
No, he's been saying that he's getting a little tired of it. So I don't know if.
But like really now I'm scared. Like, what if there's a tan line and then I'm in wedding pictures with a tan line on my face?
Don't do it. You don't want to shave it right before it gets cold. You need the insulation, buddy. You're not fat like me. You need it.
No, I think I'm gonna shave it.
I think you can get away with it.
I don't think I'm gonna like your
face. This weekend
anymore.
I can get away with shaving it? I don't know.
Yeah, if you're gonna be taking pictures, then I guess it's been so long. I would wait maybe like the week after.
This is what you look like now. If you show up and look different, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you look nice."
Right.
Maybe you can trim it. Don't shave it.
I'll trim it.
Just neaten it up, get the neckline taken care of, or shave it all, keep the mustache, go mullet.
Definitely not gonna do that.
Why not?
Just not gonna do that.
Why not?
Just.
I've seen your look. I've seen your look over the years since you've been on the radio. Don't act like you haven't looked like a fucking idiot before.
Whoa, buddy.
You're gonna look me dead in the eyes right now, right here. Eyes. You're gonna look me dead in the eyes and tell me you don't think you ever looked like an idiot.
Nope.
Wow, you are delusional.
And you're mean. That's what you are.
I'm not mean. I'm honest. Like, no, you're a fucking dickhead. I'm just honest, guys. No,
but that's my first not cool is that my friend's having a wedding. Stoked about my friend's wedding, but just it being during a Giants Cowboys game that comes with the fact that I'm going to be watching my favorite team on my phone at a certain point. Next not cool is at the football game I went to, Sam Houston SFA this past weekend at NRG Stadium where the Texans play. Our Pass the Gravy athletes, Ryan Humphreys and Cody Kress, were like, "Hey, we're going to meet you out on the field." They had to go in the locker room with the whole team speech thing. They're just hang out. We're going to meet you out in the field. And I was waiting so they could come out, we could take a pic and everything. And like security just kept being like, "Yo, get the fuck out." And I was like, no, I'm not going to leave. I'm not doing this. I'm not going. And they were really giving me a hard time. about like standing there to take a picture. Like, I'm going, like, they're going to come here. I'm going to take a picture and I will leave. Like it will be 5 seconds. And I think they thought I was lying. There was no way for them to know at that point. But then when Ryan and Cody came, like, no, you got to go. I was like, what? And then one of the ladies, if you don't go, I'm going to call HPD and they're going to make you leave. And I was like, so if I don't leave now, you're going to call people that are going to take longer to come here. And then they're going to make me do what you're telling me to do.
You're always so fucking difficult.
I'm going to stay then. I'm just going to stay. It. And then Cody and Ryan came out. We took a picture. And then the security guy was like, will you take a picture so I can leave? Like, I'll leave. And he's like, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. And so then Ryan selfied it. But it was like, then the guy just even was like more of a dick. And then on my way out, as I was walking down the concourse, like I was just like pissed off because like, all right, you need to leave. Like, I'm walking up the stairs. I was like, what do you think I'm doing now? Like now I want to just sit down and say, fuck you. I'm not. And then Emma and my friends had kind of gone off because they had gotten shooed away. And I was just like the one, I was like, I'm not going. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. I wasn't going to do it. And then, yeah, but Cody and them came out, cool as shit. Sam got the win again, 10 straight times they've beaten Stephen F. Austin. Still, no Passive Gravy athletes have ever lost a game since we've sponsored them. And it's a pretty great record. Pretty great record, if you ask me. But then on the way out, like, so I walked up to the concourse, walked down the little like walkway thing as I'm like leaving this like where you can like exit the stadium. And as I'm exiting the stadium, they're like, sir, you need to exit. And I was like, this is me walking towards the exit. Now look, I'm exiting. And I was just like, I was fed up at that point. It was just like, oh, okay. It's me going towards the exit. It just looks like I'm hanging out.
Wait, but where do I exit? Where am I supposed to go?
Cody, I think, was looking for his family or his friends or whatever, but he was actually running around the other side. And so I saw Cody a second time. And I was like, oh, what's up, dude? And then I was like, hey, love you, bro. And he told me, love you, bro, too. So he's told me that before Robert has. So just something to think about, Robert. Wow.
I'll definitely be thinking about it.
Yeah, you should. You should. But that just like, dude, I was trying to get a fucking picture. All right. Fucking chill out. All right. Wasn't starting any fights until they tried to make me leave. And then I'm not going to go. But they're just lucky. They're lucky I wasn't streaking on the field, because if Cody had caught one more touchdown 2 weeks ago, then I would have had to meet him in a whole different way.
When he was posting bail.
Right. And then my final not cool this week is just it's death. Death is not cool. I went to a funeral over the weekend, and it was for a friend whose father had passed away, and it just makes you think like, man, we're all gonna die at some point, and like people we love are gonna die, and there's no way you can think about that without just being like bummed out. I was like, this is not cool. And it was like it was one of my friend's dads. So like, it's like, this is like the lowest, like one of the worst days of his life. And I was just like bumming myself out. I was like, hey, Alex, chill the fuck out, man. This isn't
not about you, bud.
But it's just like, then you start like on the way home, you're like, everybody I love at some point, like we're all going to die somehow at some time. That sucks. So just, tell everybody you love them. See, another reason, Robert, to tell all the people you love that you love them as much as you do. I love all of the Gravy Gang. Love you, Pat.
I love you too, but that's low.
But just say it as much as you can. Like that's it's straight. You never know when it's gonna happen. And
I don't think you factored in that he doesn't love us.
Death. Might not cool this week. So what do you guys got?
I've got a couple of quick ones. I've been on the hunt for some specific peanut butter, some honey peanut butter. I like going to the machines where you can grind it yourself. And I've been to, I think, like 3 or 4 HEBs in the past few days. They're all out at every single HEB. And that's been stressing me out because I really want some honey peanut butter. Otherwise, I can't have my honey peanut butter.
It's like my hunt for the Pilsners, the bombshell pills from Southern Star. You're like, where? They have to be somewhere.
Completely out. The machines are out. And then the other one, when I went to the movie theater, I am not a person that like missed the movie theater experience. I just went to the movies because that's the only place where I could watch new movies, like and keep up with everything and without having to like wait for the DVDs. But when I went to go see the movies, there was like the loud moviegoers that I definitely didn't miss. That just like had to like comment on everything, and like the movie is talking to them, and then they had to talk back to them, and everyone was like shh shh, and then they were doing the Alex thing. We're like, no, you shh.
Ooh. See, no, I wish I was there with you, Robert, because I've really only ever encountered this once in my life where people kept talking and somebody shushed them, and then they kept talking, and I turned and yelled, "Shut the fuck up!" If you yell that authoritatively, especially like I'm pretty sure I was probably like 22 and they were like 16, they'll shut the fuck up.
Beat them up.
Yeah, I have no problem hitting a child. I'll say that right now, publicly.
Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, if you talk in a movie theater, you're worse than the person who doesn't return their cards.
Don't say. Nah, I don't know about that.
Oh, I will stand by that.
No, but no, I would not like that's not worse. But the people that talk in the movie theater are the same people that don't return their cards. Like that's big. I don't give a fuck about anybody else vibes that you give out there doing that. So that is the same person.
I will straight up, because it's one thing where if you lean over and whisper something into the ear of somebody that's next to you, if you're just turning and going like, dude, that was crazy, man. Shut the fuck up. We can all hear you. I will fucking kill you.
But there's also a way
during a movie I want to see.
There's also a way you can whisper to somebody during a movie without it disrupting the entire movie. Like I'm not talking about the entire time, but like, yeah, when you're just having a straight up conversation, you're like, dude, we can all, like if we can hear every word you're saying, like fuck off.
I will turn and yell, shut the fuck up, because one way or another, you're either going to stop or this is going to raise to a confrontation where you're kicked out of the goddamn movie.
But it's not even like they were even talking to the person next to them. They were just talking to the theater.
No way.
Yeah.
This is sitcom level of fucking
like what
crazy.
Were they saying? Like, oh no.
Oh, don't go in there.
Basically things like that. Just commenting.
Oh no, you have full permission then, like under the legal rights of being an American citizen, to kick them in the back of the fucking head at the base of the skull.
Actually true.
It's one thing like if you're just talking to someone next to you. If you're out loud saying shit to the movie that can't fucking hear you, you deserve to die. Not even go to jail. You deserve to die.
It's just like the first movie that I go see in theater in like over in a year and a half, and I'd lose my fucking mind. It was a movie that had been out for like a month already, and like of course I go see it with people that are going to be just talking to the theater.
Just kill them. They should.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I didn't want to hear a podcast on the movie as I watched the movie. Do your podcast afterwards.
Big bro, Shang-Chi is not your friend. He can't hear you. He's not going to respond. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, Robert. That's really not cool. I'm very sorry that happened to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, T's and P's, dude. That sucks. But yeah, first time back, that's the worst. Also, new not cool is there's this curtain. There's a sunbeam right now. It's just really in my eye. I can't move it.
Can you guys hear the dogs barking in my backyard right now? Or no?
I can hear.
I can hear.
Okay,
they're not disrupting everything.
Okay, it's quite distracting for me. I was gonna say mosquito bite on my elbow was annoying. Like that happened as I got home, but like it's not even there anymore. So I don't know what happened there. That's not so bad. I did wake up yesterday though, and I'm like, I don't know if you can really see on camera. I'm getting a zit in the middle of my forehead.
You have a hat tan line.
It fucking sucks. It's annoying. Like having a zit right there it's bullshit. My big one though is I got influenced by a commercial, but it's not really my fault. So like, you know how when you watch on Hulu, they only have 6 commercials at any given time, and they just hammer you to fucking death with them. Mm-hmm. Well, it was the Post Malone Jägermeister commercial. I'm gonna be, and I was drunk. All right, I'd heard it approximately 1,600 times since they've been airing it. I was drunk as shit. It was like 1:30 in the morning, and I spent like $40 buying all 3 of his albums. I don't even really listen to Post Malone.
Well,
but I was like, I like better now. I like his shit. I just don't really listen to it. And now I've got them all. But also, I'm going to spin it. I'm like, you know what? Next time I go to the lake with my buddies, I'll have some music to play that they'll actually be down to listen to and not be like, God damn it, Pat, stop playing country.
That is
Like, if
kind
we
of buzzkill if you're just the guy that only plays country.
but it's like rock too, so like it's good. But like now, if we're in Party Cove, it's more mass appeal music. Plus, everyone loves Posty. He's a good guy.
All right.
Yeah. So it's not cool, but also it's not that bad.
Solid.
Yeah. The only other time I'd ever been
cool.
influenced by a brand was Wrangler. But if Dale Jr. and Brett Favre wear it, I'm gonna wear it. All right. That's how I live my life. I shit you not. That's my reasoning. Dale Jr. and Brett Favre wear Wranglers, so that's why I wear Wranglers.
So does Lil Nas X.
There we go. Just adding more.
One more reason. You wear Copper Fit.
No, because
Brett Favre wears that.
But like I've said before, my body is shockingly still held together without needing that kind of stuff.
I definitely have been influenced by commercials way more than that. Like I'll be like, I do want Chili's. Order that now.
Like, I do want a 10-pound bag of sunflower seeds.
That was just baseball. I was watching baseball.
That was just Alex's brain being Alex's brain.
Do you still have
Great.
them? What did you do with them?
I ate some and I got rid of it. It was just like, I'm not going to go through all of these.
Quitter.
It was taking up a lot of space. There's a lot of sunflower seeds.
You could have just showed up to a little league game and be like, who wants sunflower seeds?
Right. Yeah. Just, hey, I don't have any kids in this game, but what's up, kids? You want some stuff from the strange man that just showed up?
Guys, I got drunk and bought way too many seeds.
Hey,
do you want them?
Giving our kids things over the fence?
Not even through the fence. You slide it through the fence.
Or some
that way the
Halloween
cops
candy.
get called.
Just handfuls of seeds, not just whole bags.
Oh, you should have just waited and given it to your parents around Halloween and be like, guess what? You don't have to buy candy. Now you can give the kids sunflower seeds.
Or what if you just like poured all of the stuff? Because there were so many. If I just poured them all into the big the jug that it had, and then just like instead of like
handfuls of sunflower seeds, not even packages, just handfuls. Oh, that would be fucking awesome.
Or like Vienna sausages. That'd be funny too. Hot dogs, just a hot dog.
Anything that's wet.
Hey kids, made some dogs. Here you go. Anybody want some condiments? Who's a cat? You ketchup guy? Who you mustard guy? All right. It's all over my pumpkin. Don't worry about it. It was hot.
I've got a mask on. Too bad.
I made you some gumbo, kids.
Dude, ladling gumbo into kids' pumpkins and fucking pillowcases. There's shrimp on my Snickers.
Shut up and eat it. Going to waste.
Tell them to hold out their hands and just give them meatballs like it's the wedding singer.
I kind of want to do that now.
Oh my God. You don't even get trick-or-treaters, do you?
Not traditionally, we have not. Which is good,
for you,
I'm not planning on giving away the candy that I bought to eat on Halloween.
Right.
But now that you're going to give away gumbo, they're going to be lining up.
No, I have a nice little pot of gumbo. Come on down, kids. Yes, I'm here about the treat you gave my son. You poured gumbo in his pillowcase. Like spirit. It's the spirit of Halloween, you know? Sorry.
His room smells like Louisiana now.
It's the Tony Chachere's. That's what it is. That's the secret ingredient. You come for the recipe, aren't you? She's like, no, it's because you ruined all of his candy.
Make some chili and just ask him at the door, do you like it with beans or without? If they say with beans, go, we don't do that in Texas, and just slam the door in their face.
Just take the candy, turn it upside down and make him pick it up. Give him a chore.
Or better yet, here's an idea. Kids show up to the door. They hold up their thing and say, trick or treat. And you go, oh, thanks. Reach in and grab a candy bar from them and close the door.
Have you seen the meme where it's just scrambled eggs in like a cauldron and it was like one scoop per like they're out. Hey, sorry, we're taking our kid out, but here's some scrambled eggs to snack on. Hey, please don't be greedy.
Oh my God.
If you don't want kids coming to your house, that's how you get them to not do that. That's being the Apple family.
I really want to be the guy that just takes a little bit of candy out of each kid's suitcase, pillowcase, and closes it. Imagine being the kid that shows up dressed as a businessman and just pops open a suitcase going, complete the transaction.
I mean, that's kind of brilliant. I would say that's pretty sweet if you could like work that into it.
Have the kids stumble up the walkway and be like, I'm the Wolf of Wall Street.
I remember in Atlanta when I was a little kid, Kate Jones that I went to school with. I think she was like Little Red Riding Hood or whatever, but she had a basket.
Oh, with the
costume. I mean, Kate Jones is actually a very common name, I would imagine. But she lived at the end of my street. But she like had a basket that went with her costume. I thought that was cool. It was like a little wicker basket. And I was like, oh, so like it's cool when they can incorporate this. If you were a businessman and you had a suitcase or a briefcase, that'd be badass.
It would be pretty dope.
Pretty sick. But yeah, we were just talking about.
So I got influenced by a commercial,
and now we're giving kids gumbo for Halloween. Shout out to my friend Darren for making some awesome jambalaya for the Sam Houston tailgate we did on Saturday. It was badass. So good. And then he left all the leftovers at my house. And so guess what I had for like 2 days worth of lunch? I had jambalaya. And it was great.
I feel like you're pronouncing that weird.
Jambalaya. Jambala.
I don't know. Now in my head, I feel like it's jambalaya. But is it jambalaya?
And
I don't know.
That's actually like I was worried I was mispronouncing it, and you're just confirming that I don't know how to pronounce it still.
It's just you don't hear the a lot in the South. Jambalaya, not jambalaya.
Yeah, that jambalaya over there.
Oh, look at it. He got that. He making up that jambalaya this weekend. That sounds right. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. That's better. All right. Well, that was a not
Robert,
cool
don't
segment.
shake your head at me. You know I'm right.
He's SMHing you so bad, dude.
So bad.
Let's get to the answer segment where you ask us any questions you want. If it's a high thought, something you saw online that you want our opinion on, you want some relationship advice, anything like that, hit your boys up using the hashtag PTG Answers at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat D. And Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. The Answers segment is brought to you by Little M Shop, the best of everything in the world. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. They got air fresheners, they got t-shirts, they got keychains, they got mirrors, they got these awesome dishwasher magnets that tell you whether or not the dishes are dirty or clean. You just got to flip them up so you're not taking out dirty dishes thinking they're clean when you're putting them away. They got these cool little checklists that you can do daily checklists. Ladies, they have the skincare routine, or dudes, whatever, no judging here. Then they also have it's called the when was the last time chart. I know we have those at our house where it's like, when was the last time I gave our dog flea medication? This was it. So you can kind of like space out stuff. It's really helpful. You put it on the fridge, got a little magnet with it. It's awesome. And now when you use promo code PTG69, you're going to get 10% off of your order. It's code PTG69 for 10% off your order at littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Also give them a follow on Twitter and Instagram at littleemtweets and at Little M Shop on Instagram. But use promo code PTG69 at checkout for 10% off your order at littlemshop.com. That's littlemshop.com.
Load up on the air fresheners or the car. Guys, I replaced mine earlier this week, and you forget that the other one died long ago, but you just go nose blind in your own car and you don't think about it. Oh, so nice.
It's great.
So nice to have an air freshener in the car again. And I've got like 6 of them that are just sitting right there. Like I don't even have them in the glove box. They're literally just sitting on my passenger seat. I can't remember which one I did. What's the darker one? I'm trying to remember.
Out of This World, the rad.
I think that's what I did. So good. So good, guys.
Go check them out. littlemshop.com. Promo code PTG69 at checkout for 10% off.
Buy a bunch of those and pass those out on Halloween.
There you go. That's the real thing to do. Put that
with the candy too. That's just being a pro. That's just helping out the squad,
scoop of gumbo and a little air freshener. The wrap, so you won't get gumbo on them.
There you go. But seriously, buy them. They're fucking great, guys.
The official sponsor of our answers segment that we're going to begin now.
Well, if you just answer the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
David S. Pumpkins, Spooky SZN. Our first answers question comes to us from our podcast son, Skylar Lester. At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter, and Skylar says, how many murder cases went from being a cold case to solved when the detectives started listening to the podcast series about their case? I would say definitely the Zodiac killer.
Well, that's
or
been a
they're
cold
going to come
case
up
for
with
like
a
20
podcast
years
where they
now.
tell us stuff, right? But they probably listened to a podcast and were like, you know what? We should say we found the Zodiac killer, find a dead guy that can't argue it, and done.
I would say at least one. I'll put the
Well, there's
over-under at
definitely-
0.5.
There's definitely some.
Well, but this says how many because they were listening to the podcast about it. Now,
You
I don't
think,
know
like, if
if
you were
most
a
detectives
detective or
listen to the
somebody-
podcast, it just gets reopened and then there's more evidence and they use that. I'm going to say at least one time a detective on the case listened to the podcast, went back in using some shit that was found out and then solved it.
If you're a detective, do you want to like keep listening to podcasts about what you do every day, or do you want to just like go listen to a podcast about something else? Maybe.
Hey, do what you love. You never work a day in your life. It's not work.
True. So there, I definitely think some have been. I would
I would
say
say over under 0.5. I'll take the over.
more than none. That is my final answer.
Yes.
There we go. That's one. Our next is
Concur.
Ryan Mazak, who won the Giants shirt. So I will send him the past Gravy. The not Giants copyright infringement. That would be. It's the Gravy, Go Big Blue Gravy shirt is what will get you. I'll send that out your way, Ryan. Ryan says, how are all vampires good looking if they can't see themselves in the mirror?
I don't think all vampires are good looking at all.
I mean, all the Twilight ones are. Just how do they like? I feel like they wouldn't be in that constant state of just like looking hot, you know? So
I mean-
yeah, that's sus. That's very sus. I think that maybe big vampire companies want us to think they can't see themselves in mirrors. Maybe we can't see vampires in mirrors, but they can see themselves perfectly.
Okay, if you're,
Something to think about.
I don't know,
Maybe they also love garlic. And they just
22
don't
and-
want us to like they don't like garlic, and they just are like stay away.
well, first of all, garlic's great. And if you're
Maybe
22
they like
years
it
and
and they want us to
younger,
bring it to them. So it's free garlic.
let's say if you're 22 or younger, you think all vampires are hot. There's a long history. The first vampire movie, anyway, Nosferatu, the inspiration for Dracula, fucking hideous. Interview with a Vampire, plenty of ugly fucking vampires in there. Ugly Blade 2, Blade 3, ugly vampires fucking everywhere.
I think it is. I mean, so yeah, maybe they are just like,
Literally
hit or
everything
miss.
I've ever watched with a vampire in it has ugly vampires.
Look,
It's just
the kids these days, they may be able to see themselves in the mirror.
You can't be a vampire if you don't make somebody's genitals wiggle. That's basically the basis of becoming a vampire these days. Yeah, I just made it real fucking gross. What's
Yeah,
up?
you did.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
no, I've seen, I don't stand by this question. I'm sorry, but I think you're just wrong. There's plenty of ugly vampires. You're only exposed to a certain kind of vampire, and you should never be exposed to a vampire. You never want a vampire to expose themselves to you. That's assault.
That's true. We are an anti-assault podcast, so
That's how I know I said something funny when Robert smiles. He never audibly laughs, but if he just smiles, he's like,
mutes
all right,
him,
man.
he mutes his mic and then he just smiles.
I mean, Pat makes a good point.
So okay, yeah, I'll let Pat have that one.
I'm back to even now. I was
There we go.
-1 earlier. I'm back to even.
All right, well, this will be a good one. Are bowling balls boomerangs? That's what Josh Tree wants to know. Are bowling balls boomerangs? I would say yes, because Now, last week we were arguing over whether or not a boomerang can fly or come back on the same path. This doesn't come back on the same path. It's like you roll it, it goes down the lane, it goes in the thing, it goes under, it goes back up the thing, and then it comes up. That's a boomerang right there, boys.
Boomerangs don't come to a stop. Hi, Sam.
Boomerangs definitely come to a stop.
No,
That's
not in the middle of it.
Them, and that's how they land.
And then no, you could say it's a yo-yo. Where at the very like at the very end of the yo-yo, however slight, it does come to a stop. A boomerang does not come to a stop until the end of its path. It's in constant motion. Bowling balls come to a stop and then get recollected at the other end and then get shipped back to you. Bowling balls definitely come to a stop on the other end, so it's not a boomerang. You cannot come to a stop in the middle of your
and then they go down there. No, I would say that is 1,000,000,000% a boomerang.
Nope.
Bowling ball is as much of a boomerang as it can. Like, he got you on this one. This is a great one from Josh. You just refuse to recognize what a real boomerang is when you see a boomerang. And that's what a boomerang is. Every time they should just call in Australia, they probably call it boomerang.
A boomerang cannot be thrown, stop, have no other action put upon it, and come back to you.
Yeah.
When's the last time you did that with a boomerang?
I mean, not me personally, but
there you go.
Throw a boomerang and you throw a boomerang and it gets stuck in a tree, and then there's a big gust of wind. It blows right back to you.
This isn't click. All right. You're not Adam Sandler. Hi, Sam. You can't just pause the boomerang in midair. Hit another button and it comes back to you.
A bowling ball is a boomerang.
It's not. Robert, are you not going to let Robert weigh in?
I don't know if it does stop, but I do agree with Pat that if it does stop, then that makes it not.
It goes down the thing and then it starts rolling back. That's what it does.
You think it's just no, it's like gets settled and collected, then goes back to the thing. Dude, look
on its way back, it gets settled.
Look, I'm just telling you, look up a
It may not be in a constant state of fast motion, but it's in a constant state of motion.
No, it's not.
If you can hold a boomerang in your hand and not throw it, then that's like the same thing as, it doesn't move all the time. It's a boomerang.
But that's the whole basis of these questions.
No. Bowling balls are boomerangs.
No.
Next question. David Ruiz at David_Ruiz90 on Twitter. He says, how many shakes before it's considered playing with yourself after peeing?
3. 3. Or is it more than 3? I'm trying to remember.
I think it's more than 3.
Yeah. It's shake it more than 3 times and you're just playing with it. That's what it's from. Or that's what it is. I don't remember what it's from.
I don't have like a.
You can get 3 shakes.
Motion.
Any more than that, you're just jiggling your junk.
So just make sure you got everything out there, you know?
So yeah, it's how many shakes? It's 4. You go more than 3 times.
I think 5 is too much. Like after 5, it's too much. Like you can just what if you just shake a bunch all at once? You're just like shake, done.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, by the way, you just give it
a good shake. I don't count.
You give it a jiggle. You don't go 1, 2. Like you just give it a little jiggle, but like if you're sitting there going jiggle, 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 like that's too long already. That amount of time. Just give it a little jiggle. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. Bam, bam, bam. Right there. And you're done. 3.
So I would say more than 5. It's playing with yourself.
Nope. Over 3.
No, I agree with Alex.
It could be hit or miss. 3 to 5, it's fine. I think after 5, it's like, all right, dude, chill out. But Pat is overruled in this one.
I'll accept your ruling. I'm just saying I still respectfully disagree.
Our final question of the week comes from Alex O at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter. He says, how would one out pizza the Hut? Pizza Hut always says no one out pizzas the Hut, but how would you out pizza the Hut? And I would say you would just make better pizza.
No one out pizzas the Hut though.
You would make better or more pizzas. Do they mean more
pizzas
or better quality pizza? Because I definitely think there's better quality pizza than Pizza Hut.
There is, but that doesn't mean you can out pizza the Hut. No one out pizzas the Hut.
I think you could out pizza the Hut.
It literally says it there. No, it's not saying.
What's that basing there?
Like, you can't make better pizzas. It's just nobody out pizzas the Hut. No one out pizzas the Hut. Can't do it.
Well, it doesn't even mean anything.
Exactly. It doesn't have to mean anything. It's just no one out pizzas the Hut. They create the saying, so therefore, you can't out pizza the Hut if you don't know what out pizzaing the Hut is.
I think you can, and I would say
It's
by
too
making
ambiguous.
better or more pizzas. Better and more pizzas is out pizzaing the Hut and delivering more.
I would say
No one
people
out Pizza
probably.
Hut.
Well,
No one
let's
out Pizza
see.
the Hut.
Hold on. Like, let me Google the most pizza deliveries.
I mean, I would say I prefer Papa John's and Pizza Hut. Not only the pizza, but the garlic dipping sauce is otherworldly. But
I prefer
no one
Domino's.
Domino's is solid. Dude, the 2 for $6.99, whatever it is, great deal. But no one out pizzas the Hut.
Okay, Pizza Hut was the pizza chain with the most units sold. So yeah, nobody
Also,
else Pizza Hut, I guess.
They do.
Fair.
I think they were the originals, and they do have the best stuffed crust. Nobody has better stuffed
They
crust.
do
than
have
Pizza
the
Hut.
best stuffed crust.
That's probably the barometer. Is you can't out Pizza the Hut if you can't beat their stuffed crust, and nobody fucking beats that stuffed crust. It's perfect.
That's fair. They're getting a little weird with like, I don't know if it's
Nobody
them or
out
Domino's
pizzas the
or,
crust.
Like, do you remember all the cities in the world having their own pizza? Like, they're like, oh, it's the new Detroit style pizza. And I'm like, did Detroit have a pizza? Or did you guys just make up a pizza? And you're like, we need to throw it in a city that no one's going to call us out on.
Right. Well, so hold on. What is Detroit style? Is it just cut into squares?
I don't know.
That's just square.
They
cut
keep
pizza. That's not
advertising it.
Detroit.
Yeah. It's like
I don't-
that's in a
what
rectangle.
The fuck is, like, that's just
There's
people
deep
do
dish,
that.
there's thin crust, there's stuffed crust, and those.
You
are
know
the
what it
three
is for me?
pizzas.
If you do thin crust, cut it into squares. It's just better that way.
Not always. I've had thin crust that I like in the triangles.
I like it in the trial, but if I'm getting thin crust, I want it cut squares. I like it that way.
If I get
It's
it from
great.
a chain, typically, like if it's like Domino's or whatever, like they'll do the square and that's good. But like
Yeah.
if I'm getting it from like a pizza shop, when I go to Nick's place where I watch soccer, like they have my favorite pizza and they have nice thin crust, but they slice it into the triangles.
By the way, thin crust, if you're doing it, pepperoni and jalapeno. That's the best thin crust. It just works.
Or pepperoni is just the best answer with any pizza.
It's good, but for some reason, if I'm going thin crust, it's
Pepperoni
going to
typically
be
makes
pepperoni
everybody
and
happy.
jalapeno. Pepperoni
But
and jalapeno for
doesn't
thin
always
crust.
make everybody happy. Like if you go pepperoni, it's hard to fuck that up.
No, I'm with you. I'm just saying, for me, if it's thin crust, it's pepperoni jalapeno.
So I guess nobody
And
can
cut-
out
and
pizza
cut to
the Hut.
squares.
I stand
Yeah, you
corrected
can.
in that. Great
There
question,
you go.
though. Great question, and I think we've learned a lot today, guys. And we've
I
learned a
didn't-
lot.
I don't think I screamed at you today. We're making progress.
Right? You apologized to me, so that was good. We made a
You know
lot
what?
of progress.
It's probably just the fact that I got a full night's sleep and I'm not a cranky Gus.
Definitely, I would say that has to play into it.
I don't know why cranky Gus is what I went with, but that's what I went with, and we're gonna stick to it.
At Pass the Gravy Pod, give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Please share us with a friend. Be like, yo, if you want to listen to a cool new podcast, check it out. It's Pass the Gravy. They're pretty awesome, and yeah, they can listen to our picks. They can do all kinds of awesome stuff. But share us with a friend. We would really appreciate that. And then keep doing the blank is better than pumpkin spice. There, I said it. I've enjoyed that over the last week, and
I've enjoyed that a
I
lot.
want to keep driving it into the ground. But you guys are the best. I love our gravy gang. And at Pass the Gravy Pod, at Alex J. Middleton, at not Pat Dan, at Robert Barbosa 03. Robert also has a recent study suggests every Monday. And you can listen to that wherever you listen to podcasts as well. And they are at a recent study pod on Twitter and Instagram. Go give them a follow and listen to them. That's how you start your Mondays, guys. Start your Mondays with Bobby jokes. And then he'll tide you over until Wednesdays when we get this. You have the Claret Big Blue podcast I do on Tuesday. And then the Wednesday podcast, here we go. We don't have any more Big Brother podcasts for a while, but they're coming back at some point. But now we just have free time when we're done with this podcast. But appreciate all you guys listening. Share us with a friend. We love you guys. Love you, Pat.
I love you, buddy.
Love you, Robert.
Love you, Robert.
Love you, Robert.
Thanks, guys.
Tell the listeners you love them. Oh,
This motherfucker just saluted us and
He
walked
just
off.
took his headphones off. All right. Well, until next time, pass the gravy. Yep, bitches.
Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song. I want more berries and that summer feeling. It's so wonderful and warm.